Ladies and gentlemen, we direct your attention to the south end of the field as the 2023 Bryan High School Marching Band is taking the field for tonight's pre-game activities. The band is under the direction of Mr. Jason Luthi with staff assistants Ben Camarillo and BJ Bonney, and twirling Coach Wendy Andrews. The field commanders are Senior Emily Hess and Junior Macy Shaosha and Senior Majorette Vanessa Resendez. Stand up for Bryan! At this time, ladies and gentlemen, we invite you to join the Bryan Band by standing as we play the Bryan Alma Mater and God Bless America.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It is with sincere appreciation that we honor senior parents tonight for their dedication, time, encouragement, pride, and support they offer their children involved in interscholastic athletic competition and marching band. Without your help, these programs would fail to achieve all that is possible for the students. Thanks goes out to each and every one of you parents for your support. Now, our 2023 Fall Senior Golden Bear parents and their athletes. First up for football, Carter Brown, escorted by Dave Brown and Chrissy Brown. Donnell Bush, escorted by Andrea Weimer. Rainer Clemens, escorted by Randy and Casey Clemens. Trevor Craig, escorted by Jody Craig. Jaden Dennis, escorted by Jessica Harrington and Jason Dennis. Devin Egner, escorted by Melissa Suarez, Shane Leininger, Steve Egner, and Jenny Plotz. Drew Hahn, escorted by Andy and Susan Hahn. Sam Harold, escorted by Pete and Nikki.
Jace Kepler, escorted by Bobby and Trevor Kepler. Maddox Langendorfer, escorted by Troy and Sarah Langendorfer. Aiden Schellenberger, escorted by Brittany Hurst.
Colby Smith, escorted by Bryan and Colleen Smith. Now for our cheerleaders. Tegan Blad, escorted by Patrick and Kylie Blad. Olivia McDougall, escorted by Matt and Rachel McDougall and Andrea Parrott. Mercedes Marino, escorted by Valerie Marino and David Marino. Majorette and cheerleader Vanessa Resendez, escorted by Vanessa and Jose Resendez. member and Sherwin mascot Allison Bashaw, escorted by Kurt and Sarah Bashaw. Celebrating her 18th birthday, Karis Wheeler, escorted by Alex and Leslie Ann Wheeler. Now for cross country. Band member and cross country member Xander Fackler, escorted by Alan and Jennifer Fackler. Dawson Moore, escorted by Caleb and Denise Moore. Now for golf, band member and girl golfer Chloe Meeks, escorted by Richard and Tamara Meeks. Now for our senior boy golfers, Noah Heward, escorted by Nicole Heward. Eli Schlade, escorted by Joshua and Carrie Schlade. Now for girls soccer, Avery Brown, escorted by Jason and Heidi Brown. Rachel Fireoven, escorted by Steve and Michelle Fireoven. Ella Rao, escorted by Audrey King, Cody King, and Eric Rao. Mara Smith, escorted by Jason and Shelly Smith. Tabitha Taylor, escorted by Jeff and Amy Taylor. Kaylee Thiel, escorted by Kelly and Jeremy Thiel. Ella Voigt, escorted by Steve and Kelly Voigt. Kaylissa Wasson, escorted by Jacob and Michelle Wasson and Kasasha Wasson. Marley Yoder, escorted by Brad and Chastity Yoder. Now for our senior boys soccers, Noah Diaz, escorted by Paul and Kristen Diaz. Ryan Knight, escorted by Laura Knight. Dylan Koenig, escorted by Michael and Tracy Koenig. Anthony Tomaszewski, escorted by Mike Shannon and Julie Tomaszewski. Now for girls tennis and their parents. Hannah Andrews, escorted by Greg and Jen Andrews. Katie Dorston, escorted by Damian Dorston and Carolyn Sherrick Dorston. Molly Hess, escorted by Mindy Hess. Caitlin Noggle, escorted by Michael and Dawn Noggle. Now for volleyball, Ella Vansatiska, escorted by Jamie and David Vansatiska. Now for our senior band members and their parents. Christopher Beaverson, escorted by Jenny Meyer and Tony Bates. Jordan Durbin, escorted by John Durbin Jr. and Jennifer Durbin. Emily Hess, escorted by Mike Hess and Heather Hess. Ashton Signs, escorted by Amanda Noggle. Ladies and gentlemen, one more time, give it up for our seniors and their parents.
party for my day ones. They ain't in the studio, but they'll lay some. Don't like the way I talk. Say something.
We all in. This ain't just a game.
Dive man, better have the dive man. If not, it's going to be out the gate for a 60, 70-yard touchdown.
And that's just it. The key for Delta tonight, and again, we're going to call a lot of similarities to Army, Navy, Air Force, and that style of offense. You got to stop that fullback. You got to stop the fullback. He's their leading rusher on the season. Look for him tonight, number 12, Landon Littermoot. Also leads him on defense with 40 tackles, but he comes into this one with 242 yards on 60 carries. So he's going to get the ball probably about half the time that they run a play.
He's their workhorse, so expect a lot of Landon Littermoot tonight for the Delta Panthers.
And on defense, one of the things we want to be careful of tonight is this Delta team, they have won by defense, and they won by taking the ball away. They're a +5 in the turnover margin, 6 interceptions on the year. 2 of those have gone for 6.
Yep, and so you just can't make mistakes in the pass game, right? You got to know their ball hawking safeties, a ball hawking secondary. So you got to be smart with your passes tonight, and not just, I'm gonna say, not throw things up for grabs, because they're likely with 6 interceptions through 2 games. They're the ones that might just come down with it.
So it is time, and we're finally going to bring it to you tonight. Our national anthem, sponsored by the Veteran Services of Williams County, taking care of our veterans near and far. So listen with us as the Bryan Golden Bear Band gives us tonight's national anthem.
As we honor our great country with the singing and the playing of our national anthem.
We'll take one more short break, be back with our starting lineups and our keys to the game on the Golden Bear Sports Network.
Discover affordable transfer opportunities at Northwest State.
Start here and save thousands on tuition.
Our advising team will help you get your credits transferred.
So don't wait another minute. Get started today.
Nobody likes an awkward silence. You can actually use it for something good.
You haven't really been yourself lately. Are you okay?
Find out how you can help a friend with their mental health at seizetheawkward.org.
Discover
Officials assigned to this game have been selected and assigned according to...
Welcome back here to Golden Bear Stadium. We're going to take a look at the keys to the game sponsored by the Carlin Company. The Carlin Company Realty and Auctioneers has been your hometown real estate company for over 45 years. Consistently remained #1 in Williams County and the surrounding area since 2007. Call us for all your real estate needs. So Derek, what are our keys tonight?
All right, so now we'll get into the keys, right? All right, so for Bryan, you got to keep the running game going, right? You got a two-headed monster in Jace Kepler and Sam Harrell back back there. They've combined for 900 rushing yards or over 900 rushing yards this year, so 300 a game. Establish that running game and keep that going. 2, you got to make the right reads on defense, okay? You got to stay disciplined, take the dive man, don't let them hit a home run with a very simple dive play, okay? And read that misdirection. And then you got to cut down on penalties. After 3, unsportsmanlikes in the first quarter, last week, you got to clean up the penalties and play good, clean football. As for Delta, on the flip side, you got to find a way to contain Jace Kepler and Sam Harrell tonight. They want to control the clock, so they got to control the clock, win the line of scrimmage, and
they want to win that turnover battle.
Yes, and then win the turnover battle.
Right. Golden Bears are going to be kicking off to start this one off tonight. Ball's in the air. A spiraling kick bounces at the 22, picked up at the 18. Returned back out over the 25 to the 30. That was Carl Warner on the return. Our weather conditions tonight. Let's take a look at the Q 96.5 pregame weather conditions powered by weatherology.com at kickoff tonight. 66 degrees, 5-mile-an-hour wind. Just a slight chance of rain tonight. First down, 10 to go for Delta. Ball on the 29-yard line. Coming out in a tight formation. Handed to Linderboot up the middle, good for about 3. Once again, we're going to see Linderboot on a lot of carries tonight.
Lots of carries, and it's going to be, to say 3 yards in a cloud of dust. It's going to be run, and try to sneak a pass in there tonight.
And one of the things that we haven't seen all year is Bryan's facing tight ends.
Yep.
Sometimes 2, sometimes 3 tonight.
Something that is, I want to say, a little bit unfamiliar territory for him this year, right? So playing the game in a phone booth, we'll see how Bryan adjusts tonight.
Once again, full house backfield. Handoff this time goes to Justin Ruppel over the left-hand side. He's going to be met, stopped for only about a half-yard gain. Raider Clemens getting the start at that right defensive end on the stop this time for the Golden Bears. 3rd down, 5 to go.
And these are the situations, if you're the Bears, this is what you want them in. Third and medium, 3rd and longs, where it's tough to pick those up on the ground. So either force them into obvious passing situations or, then you got them in the position that you want them.
And again, it's one of the things that we haven't seen a lot of from this team. And again, they're not going to run it. They're going to hand it over the right side. Once again, it's going to be Warner. He's going to be stacked up at about the 36. Going to give him the 37. That's going to bring up 4th down and 2. Sammy Harold on the first tackle of the night. And we got a lot of work from those linebackers tonight.
Absolutely, and that's what you have with the wing T offense. That's why I like to do the first 3 plays here for the Bears. Gang tackling tonight. Okay, you got guys flying to the football. That's a good sign here early if you're the Bears.
Now here comes one of the things for this Delta team with Caleb Lance not playing tonight. He's your starting punter. He was averaging about 35 yards a kick. They were working 4 people during pregame.
And I would say we saw some struggles, so it'll be interesting to see what they do here.
Snap on, rugby style, low line drive kick's going to bounce at about the 30. Roll to about the 20-yard line and out of bounds for the Golden Bears. Will take over 1st down and 10 with 9:51 to go here in the first quarter. Let's keep it here and look at the starting offensive lineup for your Golden Bears tonight. Our starting lineups tonight are brought to you by Yoder Mechanical and Custom Fabrications. Call Yoder Mechanical and Custom Fabrications for all your mechanical piping needs at 419-519-3111. Golden Bears are going to be starting in a pretty typical set, 2 in the backfield with Jace Kepler. We'll get you your line here in just a second after this first play. Little pass out into the flat, caught by Hahn, cuts it inside. Going to get about 4, maybe 3 on the play. So one of the things that I really wanted to address in the pregame, we didn't really get a chance tonight because of the senior night activities. This offensive line has been phenomenal this year. We've got to take our hats off to the Egner boys, Brennan and Devin, Raider Clemens, Chris Spisak, and Connor Hogan, who have been opening holes all year long.
You can't say enough about the job that they've done through the first 3 games with what Bryan had to replace, coming into this year. The line was a question mark, and for them to do what they've done, they've really stepped up and played huge for the Bears.
Harold's going to get about 2 yards on the play, so we're going to look at our backfield. Kepler at quarterback, Harold and Damian Wolf At running back, you've got Drew Hahn, Maddox Langendorfer, and looks like Alex Schellenberger out far on the right-hand side. 3rd down, 5 to go. Kepler back to pass. Out in the flat, off the hands of Wolf, incomplete. Going to bring up a 4th down.
Yeah, that was good closing speed there by, I think it was Lintermuth that was coming across the formation. I'm not even sure if he would have caught that, if he would have had time to get upfield and get that for a 1st down anyway. So good close there by Lintermuth.
So we're going to exchange punts here to start this one out. Jacob Uran back to punt for the Golden Bears. Carl Warner standing on his 40. We've got an offsides.
That's going to be enough for the 1st down.
That should be enough for the 1st down. It's going to be really close. Their defensive end jumped. And while we've got this penalty, why don't we take a moment to look at our game officials, sponsored by Tri-State Vision Center. Tri-State Vision, serving the area since 1977. Contact us at either our Bryan or Montpelier offices for all your eye care needs. Tonight's officials: Earl Harris is our referee, Nicholas Borajevich is our umpire, Jeff Richmond, the line judge, Wayne George, the lineman, and Nathan DeLauder, the back judge. And that is going to be enough for a Golden Bear 1st down.
Absolutely, and that's huge right there. You know, we talked about for Bryan's keys, got to play clean. That's a big penalty early on the Panthers to give Bryan
a possession
extra 7
penalty.
downs. Yep. Because you're expecting to get the ball back, and now Bryan's offense is still on the field.
Kepler's got 3 out now to his left, 1 to the right. Wolf in the backfield with him. He's going to roll this way, look to throw, chase down from behind, and sacked.
With the sack number 2, Ronnie Wise.
Ronnie Wise coming off that end. The other thing I noticed in looking at the stats from this Delta team, they are tough to pass against.
Yep.
They're quick to close. We've already seen that. And they're a sack machine.
Yep, and it seems like they get after the quarterback well. I mean, he chased it down from the backside there, and that's one, as a quarterback, he's obviously rolling there, right? You got to keep going. You can't slow down there. And it's going to be interesting. It looks right now, no safeties for Delta, so it might be some open shots deep for the Bears if they can get over top.
Kepler's got time in the pocket this time, just out of the reach of Hahn over the middle.
And
that was the play you called.
That's one there. We'll maybe see it on replay here.
Welling Construction replay, looking to see if we have it.
Well, he had space. If he catches that and that's on the money, he might still be running.
Yeah, that was a nice pass, just a little bit long for him off the hands of Hahn. It's going to bring up 3rd down and 16. Ball on the 23-yard line. Your main stop scoreboard, 0-0 here. 8:07 to go in the 1st quarter. Carter Dominic going to check in. So now we're going to go 4 wide. Trips to the field side. Langendorfer by himself to the boundary side. Sam in the backfield with Kepler back to pass. Has time. Looks to step up. The pocket closes. Looks to escape. Has Harold out wide open in the flat after a nice release. He's going to get over the 40, 45, 50, 45. Dragon players with him, drugged down inside Delta territory at about the 28-yard line. Those are 2 kids who have played together for a long time.
And you see it right there. I mean, that's just 2 athletes being athletes. You can't coach that. You can't teach that. Eluding a couple tackles. I mean, he was dead to rights in the backfield. You know, should have been sacked for a 5-yard loss, been punting, and
instead, Sam sees he's in trouble, wanders himself out. Now he's going to get a carry over the left-hand side, inside the 25, inside the 20, down to about the 17-yard line.
And that's just a good job of Sam knowing he's the outlet there, right? He knows he's the check down man. He's still moving, and the receivers are moving downfield to keep those DBs away from Sam and allow him to get that 1st down.
1st down, 10 to go for the Golden Bears. In the Stockman Lawn Service red zone for lawn care, snow removal, fertilizer, and spraying. Call Stockman Lawn Service at 419-636-6572. He puts it into Harold's belly, pulls it away. Nice tackle on the edge. Is that going to be Wise again? Nope, Ruppel's going to be on the tackle. Going to get about 4 on the play, make it 2nd down, and about 6 to go. Once again, 3 to the field side, 1 to the boundary, pass out in the field side, little bubble screen to Langendorfer. He's inside the 10, down to about the 7.
And that was good for Bryan to snap the ball quickly there. Defiance. Delta was a little confused there. Defensively, didn't get enough guys over top of that 3-man, set to the bottom side of the field, and able to pick up a nice gain there.
2 to the right, 1 to the left, 3 to the right. They give it Kepler keeps it, fooled me, gets inside the 5, going to be second and goal from about the 2.
And again,
I thought he gave it to Harold.
Oh, I thought he did too. And that's two guys like that play right there. That's one that can easily, if those guys don't have great chemistry, that ball's ending up on the turf. And you see that so many times where running backs and quarterbacks haven't.
To each side, Kepler goes to keep it, going to be met and brought down in a hurry that time. Cooper Tipton on the tackle for Delta, going to be third down and goal from the 3. Cooper Tipton, a 5'10", 160-pound sophomore, read that one really well. Full house backfield this time. This looks like it's going to be a give to Harold. He's going to pick his way in, 3 yards, touchdown. Like he was dancing in a minefield that time.
That's a heck of a play by Sam Harold. Okay, he was juggling that ball before corralling it and then getting in the end zone. Great play there for the Bears.
Touchdown Bryan, make it 6-0 as we come on for the extra point attempt. Caden Oberlin, the 5'9" junior, on to try the extra point. Snap, the hold, the kick is up. Looks like it splits the uprights from here, and it's good. So with 5:54 to go in the first quarter, your Bryan Golden Bears lead Delta 7-0.
To the Bryan Golden Bear fans, those who made donations to the cause,
to the school board and administration,
and everyone who played a role in this project.
We just want to say,
thank you!
Phase 2 of the capital improvement project includes field upgrades at Rec Park, a new softball field, and revitalization of soccer fields on the former Washington school property, and renewal of practice fields on the BCS campus. Let's finish the project and build champions.
Go Bears! Bryan Bill!
This quarter, 5th grade through 8th grade.
Welcome back here to Golden Bear Stadium, where your Bryan Golden Bears are leading Delta after each team's had one possession, 7-0. And again, the dynamic duo did it again on that long 3rd down and 15. Kepler escapes a couple or 3 tackles that he should have been tackled for a loss. Harold knows he's in trouble, drifts out into the flat, 40-yard gain.
Yep, 2 huge plays there, right? The offside, okay, kept the drive going, and then that play right there, that was on a 3rd and, I think it was like 3rd and like 18, okay? That's exactly what the Bears needed to do when you get a I'm gonna say almost an extra possession, essentially.
Yes, yeah.
Make a pay, and that's exactly what they did.
Grant on the kickoff ball, teed up right on the X on the 40-yard line. Kick low, line drive, is going to hop at about the 30, going to roll, scooped up by Warner at the 20, breaks out of 1 tackle, coming back, nice play. That was going to be Anthony Weber on the tackle. Playing good special teams this year, Weber is. Going to be Schaefer on the tackle is who they're going to credit it to.
And that was good pursuit there by the Bears. He slipped the first tackle. There are 3 more guys there ready to make the play.
After that first night where we saw 2 kicks returned for touchdowns, it's good to see the special teams starting.
I think that may have been an area of focus for Grant Redhead and the coaching staff. So. Like, we're going to shore up those special teams because they do. They win and lose ball games. And they're backbreakers.
When you look at football, coaches talk about the 3 phases to the game.
Yep.
And you got to win 2 of them.
Absolutely.
Once again, full backfield, wings to each side. Going to be a handoff up the middle. Once again, going to be Littermoot. Going to drive forward for about 3. Connor Hogan on the tackle. This is a night that, after chasing quarterbacks for 3 weeks, your defensive linemen love this.
Yes, they do. Absolutely. A few more plays there for him instead of running around getting after the quarterback.
Yeah, it's just watch the ball, find the ball, tackle
absolutely.
The ball. Full house backfield in a Littermoot again up the middle. Going to be met, brought down, stopped short of the 35 at the 34. Raider Clemens. It's nice calling defensive lineman's name for a change. It's really good.
Yes, it is.
So far, they're doing really well. They're looking at their reads. You wonder how much of that is that one of the heads for Delta with Caleb Lance out, it takes one of their big backs out of play.
Yep.
2 in the backfield. Couple snaps. He's going to roll to his right. Uran gets him, brings him down. It's going to be a foul penalty on the play. Got his face mask on the way by.
Yeah, and that's just a tough one there. He's coming in high. Rupert kind of slipped low and caught the face mask there. So unfortunate there for the Bears.
Give him a personal foul on it. going to be good enough for a first down. Chris and I have talked about it the last 2 weeks. Penalties that are hustle penalties, coaches can live with.
Yep.
Penalties that are forgetting to think penalties, coaches have a problem.
Yes, absolutely.
And that was a hustle penalty.
Yep.
So, and as a freshman, he's going to learn. He's going to learn that you got to go a little bit lower on that. That's going to make it first down, 10 to go on the 45 for the Panthers. You've got, once again, 2 in the backfield, a wing right, 2 tight ends. Going to fake it to Ruppel, going to go around the left side. Nice opening that time. Ball was handed to number 8, Justin Ruppel.
And that's a great play call there for Delta. You've seen, what does Bryan see? Dive, 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 take the dive, get around the outside and get a nice 5-yard gain.
So a nice tackle that time by Kepler, going to make it 2nd and 5.
And that's what this whole offense is predicated off of, right? You see one thing, see one thing, see one thing, and then you come up with, you run a sweep off of it, you run a counter off of it, you sneak a pass in there. That's the whole gist of the wing tee offense.
And that fullback is plowing into the line every time, every single time.
In hopes that you're going to wear down eventually in the 3rd and 4th quarter.
Now in the backfield by himself, Ruppel's going to roll out to his right this time, looking downfield, tries to set, going to scramble out, going to be enough for a first down, drug down inside Bryan territory at about the 43.
And I will say right there, that was, again, another really good play call, because if they would have been able to hit that over top, they'd have got running deep, getting behind the Bears defense there. Again, it's you keep seeing one thing, and then they hit you over top. Lucky that he wasn't able to get that over top for a much larger gain.
Exactly. First down, 10 to go, ball on the 43, 3:39 to go on your main stop scoreboard. Bryan leading this one 7-0. Delta driving. Leonard in the backfield. Pass pitch from one Ruppel to the other over the left-hand side, brought down after a short gain, just inside the 40 to about the 38.
That was almost a wild pitch there. It was kind of behind him, made a nice play on the run to actually snag that and get a 5-yard gain out of it.
I'm taking a look at their stats. If you look at their stats in the starting lineup, there's a change. Their quarterback for the first 3 games has been, their leading running back tonight has been Justin Ruppel.
Yes.
Yeah. Tyler Ruppel's playing quarterback tonight. It's his first game at quarterback for the 5'11 sophomore. Leonard Moot's going to pick his way up the middle, going to be close to a first down, a couple yards short. Going to mark him at the 34, where it's going to be 3rd down and 2. So I kept hearing in the press box, 3 at quarterback. I'm like, wait a minute, their quarterback's number 8. No, not tonight.
Yep.
Something about being coach's sons that you're allowed to be able to swap things around
you can do that a little bit easier, right?
Action going. So the senior Justin has moved to wing back. The sophomore Tyler has moved to quarterback. T formation. Going to be another penalty that time. A reverse of the punt. Yep. They got us to jump on the hard count.
And unfortunately, another one on the young freshman there, jumping off sides on the hard count.
Going to bring him out for a second, just to cool him off. Coach Redhead's going to talk to him.
Yep, and he knows he made a mistake there. Learn from it, move on.
That's going to bring Gavin Jessing into play on that left defensive end, almost as a stand-up linebacker. Going to come around this side. No, it's going to be Warner on the carry this time. Good for about 4. Clock rolling inside 2 minutes in the first quarter. 7-0 Bryan. 2nd down, 5 to go. Ball marked at the 24.
And so far, this drive has been, I'm going to say, a staple Delta drive, right? Exactly what you want with the wing tee. You get the ball and you're going 5, 5, 3, 4, 5, 5, and you're chewing up clock. And we're going to look up, and it's going to be, we're barely in the red zone. You're almost at the end of the first quarter. We've had 3 total possessions.
3 total possessions. Hand up the middle once again. Leonard Moot going to be met by Sam Harold and dropped immediately. Going to give him a couple yards. Going to make it 3rd down at about 4. But again, something that we don't see where we haven't seen this year. Delta huddles every play.
Every play.
Quarterback actually runs off the field to get the play from the coach. They're not signaling anything in. He gets back to the huddle, 17 seconds on the play clock. No hurry. They probably get to the line with about 10. Like you said, they want to play this game in a phone booth and take the air out of the ball.
Yep.
Ruppel in motion. He's going to get the ball from his brother over the left side. Met at the 20 and dropped. I think he's going to be short of the first down. Going to make it 4th and 1. Interesting territory. It looks like Delta's not going to think about it. They're going to go for it. They've got a field goal kicker who's 2 for 2 this year. It has hit from 33. This would be a 37-yarder.
Yeah, and I think that's a longer kick for most high school kickers, right? So in this situation, you're just right outside the red zone. I should say, ball's just outside the 20. You think your line can get you a yard here? Brian's got to bow up and make a play in the back.
Inside 20 seconds here in the first quarter. Trying to get him to jump. Going to snap it, hand it off over the right-hand side. Going to be just enough for a first down. Going to make it to inside the 19.
Yep, just got it there.
Just by the nose of the
football. Just by the nose of the football. I was going to say the same thing. Yep.
Referees are still talking about it, and now they're going to award it. First down, Delta. As we move, Delta moves for the first time tonight inside the Stockman Lawn Service red zone. For all your lawn care, snow removal, and fertilizer and spraying needs, call Stockman Lawn Service at 419-636-6572. And holy cow, partner, that's going to bring us to the end of the first quarter. Fast-moving first quarter here from Golden Bear Stadium. Your Bryan Golden Bears lead Delta 7-0 on the Golden Bear Sports Network.
Golden Bear fans,
here at the Williams County Veterans Service Office, our mission is plain and simple. We are here to serve our local Williams County veterans and their dependents. We are staffed with trained service officers who have the compassion and understanding to assist their fellow veterans in obtaining all federal and state benefits that they have earned. Additionally, we provide emergency financial assistance and transportation to VA medical centers. So if you're a veteran or a dependent of a veteran, stop in today and see how we can help you at the Williams County Veterans Service Office.
Rooting on the Golden Bears is a tradition that brings us all together.
Just like the sports we love, another tradition has stood the test of time. Oberlin Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory since 1922. We've been part of the community, supporting you in the moments of celebration and loss.
Just like a team, we understand the value of traditions and the love that binds us together.
So whether it's cheering for a win or celebrating a life well lived, remember we are here for you.
Oberlin Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory. Family owned, family focused.
Welcome back here to Golden Bear Stadium as we start the second quarter. Delta driving. Your Golden Bears leading 7-0. Ball 1st and 10 on the 19. Going to be a rollout for Ruppel to his right. Throws it down. Wide open. Touchdown Delta. They don't throw it often, but when they throw it, it counts.
Yep, and that's when their Bears got caught looking in the backfield. They fake the sweep, roll out, get a guy up over top, and they had it there the last time and didn't end up throwing it. That time they connected on it for a touchdown.
Flores scooted out of the backfield and slipped into the far post, and there he was.
Yep.
Going to bring on their place kicker, Brody Smith. 9 for 9 on extra points this year, 2 for 2 on field goals. Richard Flores, who just caught the touchdown, will be his holder. Snaps good, holds good, kicks up, kicks good. And that's going to tie our ball game up here with 11:54 to go in the second quarter. Bryan 7, Delta 7 on the Golden Bear Sports Network.
The Fountain City Amphitheater provides opportunities for families and friends to have fun at many different events. After winning season 21 of The Voice on Team Kelly, Girl Named Tom recently performed a free concert on the AMP's incredible outdoor stage, thanks to numerous corporate and family sponsors.
With a 5-tier sponsorship opportunity, you can help support this project and all that is to come. Sponsorships promote brand exposure and include unique bonuses with each tier.
To learn more about how you can help provide quality programming at the AMP, visit cityofbryan.com/FC Amphitheater.
Welcome back here to Golden Bear Stadium. Score all tied up 7-7. Delta and Bryan as we are starting our second quarter here. See if any other scores have come in Around the area of interest, Liberty Center leading Archbold 7-0 in the second quarter. Tenora 7, Fairview 0, Montpelier 7, Cardinal Stritch 0, Wauseon over Swanton 14-0, Holgate 14, Danbury 0, Kenton 12, Bath 0.
I tell you, that Wauseon team, I think they're still undefeated. And they had, was it last week? They had a really impressive win against, I'm trying to think who they beat last week. Was it Eastwood?
I think so, yeah.
Was it Eastwood last week?
PH over Evergreen 14-0, Van Wert over Defiance 14-8, Wayne Trace 21, Edgerton 0, 7-7 here at Bryan. Short kickoff, going to be taken by an up back. Going to be, I believe that was Carlin again. 7 here at Bryan. Kate Carlin kick short.
And that's a great play there by Kate Carlin coming up and getting that football, because that was if he doesn't come get that, that's in no man's land, and it's a repeat of week 1 against Van Wert.
He got a lot of practice last week. I think he had 4 kick returns last week doing the exact same thing. It's going to give Bryan the ball in good field position. First down, 10 to go, ball on the 38. 11:50 to go here in the first half. Kepler's got 3 to his left, 1 to his right, and it's going to be the second encroachment penalty on Wise.
Yeah, that's 2 now on Delta.
Yep, Ronnie Wise.
1 on Bryan. We've already seen 3 offsides penalties
in the same position.
Yes, DN. It's like guys, just watch the football.
Left
Football's right in front of you. That's what every coach always says. Just watch the football.
They watched Hutchinson last night and want to make the big double spin plays. Kepler on a keep. He's got room. Makes one man miss. Going to be almost to midfield. Going to mark him down at the 49.5. So that'll be a first down for the Golden Bears. You got Brown and Hahn split out right. Dominic and Langendorfer split left. Harold in the backfield with Kepler, 1st and 10. Ball mark at the 49. Fakes the pitch, looking, escapes out of trouble again. Nice block by Spizak, a nice pump fake by Kepler inside the 40. Run out of bounds at the 35, 34-yard line. Great back block by Spizak.
That's a little Patrick Mahomes, you know, little pump fake. Gets him to hesitate just that split second that he needs to get going around the outside corner. So heads up play there by Kepler.
Was really impressed by Spizak peeling back and taking the trailing defender who was closing down. This time it's going to be Harold up the middle. Going to be breaking out of 1 tackle. Can't break the second one. Going to drive inside the 30 to about the 28.
And that's a great job. That's the line play that you need, right? That's what springs him and allows him to make that play. Is Cade Spizak being heads up. Hey, I'm blocking till the whistle. I'm not giving up on the play, and allows him to keep going.
Going to be a timeout. Timeout Delta.
I'm going to play something.
And that's going to make it 11:04 to go in the first half. 7-7 your score here at Golden Bear Stadium on the Golden Bear Sports Network.
Why do so many people travel to Jason Eats Automotive Services in Edgerton when they want their vehicles repaired? Because Dave Brown and Sam Bailey have over 60 years of experience fixing the problems that other mechanics couldn't. They work on all makes and models, and they specialize on imports. Recently, they have expanded their service area by almost 50%, and they've hired Eston Knurk to their staff. So if you have a vehicle, foreign or domestic, that you want fixed right the first time, take it to Jason Dietz Automotive Services on the east side of Edgerton.
Welcome back here to Golden Bear Stadium. 7-7 our score on the main stop scoreboard. 11:04 to go in the first half. Trips to the field side, 1 to the boundary, Carter Brown. Sam Harold in the backfield with Kepler. Snap back, little pass out to Hahn in the flat. Little short bubble screen, going to drive forward close to a first down.
And that's a nice little short pass there. You got that safety playing deep over top. Run 3 yards, sit down, and you get a nice, 3-4 yard gain.
With young quarterbacks, you want those short passes to be able to give your quarterback confidence. Right now, short passes give our receivers confidence.
Absolutely.
So the confidence goes 2 ways. Harold's going to come around this side, makes one man miss, spins aside inside the 20 to the 15. Nice run by Harold. And we could say that all year long. Nice run by Harold.
Absolutely. And again, he just runs so hard. He hardly ever goes down on first contact. He's eluding tacklers, running through tacklers. He's just a great blend of speed, quickness, toughness.
Yeah, I would love to see his yards after contact. Kepler puts it in, pulls it out. Nice play by the defense that time. The defender had a hold of both of them. Yeah. Lindermoot. Great play by Lindermoot. We're in the red zone once again. Haven't been there much all year. Tonight, the third time in the Stockman Lawn Service red zone for lawn care, snow removal, fertilizer, and spraying. Call Stockman Lawn Service at 419-636-6572. Second down and 11. Going to be a loss of 1 on that play. Yeah, Lindermoot came in, got a hold of Harold, and got a hold of Kepler.
And that's exactly how you blow up that play. It's a tough thing to do, but if you can blow them both up, that's exactly how you do that play.
Kepler's going to roll, throw, picked off. Intercepted by Lindermoot. First down, Delta. One of the things we talked about was this ball hawking defense. Kepler rolled. Lindermoot started to draft back into the zone. I don't think Jay saw him.
He didn't at all. He kind of snuck back in and didn't follow, if you saw there on replay, did not follow Carter Dominic out into the flat there. So Carter was actually open there in the flat, and Jace never saw him.
And once again, we talked about in the pregame, Delta's been winning their games by winning the turnover battle. That now makes them +6 on the season.
Very opportunistic defense, and that's a big one there, especially now in the red zone to come up with a big pick there for the Panthers.
And if we look at that, Lindermoot made the big stop on first down, tackling both players, made the interception on second. He leads him in tackles. He's their leading rusher. You got to know where number 12 is
all
on the
over
field.
the place. Yep.
He's going to keep the ball. It's going to be around the outside. Comes Ruppel, tackled and brought down by Schellenberger. Made the switch to at quarterback. They brought the senior Justin Ruppel in. And he's going to stay in at quarterback now. Tyler played the first 2 series. Justin comes back in this series.
They just like to keep us on our toes up here, don't they?
You got 2 brothers. They're wearing 3 and 8. They're hard to tell apart.
Just say Ruppel and we'll get it right?
He's going to be in the backfield with the shotgun. Lindermoot behind him.
Yeah, first time we're seeing a shotgun snap tonight.
Going to give it to Warner over the right-hand side. Hogan meets him in the backfield, drops him for a loss.
And that's a great play right there. Shedding a block, making a play in the backfield for the Bears.
Taking a look at this in the Welling construction replay. It's well read that time by Connor Hogan.
And that's what's, when they're playing this style of offense, your linebackers are naturally going to make a lot of plays because your D-line's going to eat up blocks. So if your D-line can not only eat up blocks, but then get off blocks as well, that makes it all the tougher for them to run the football.
Going to bring up second down and 11. Clock rolling, 9 minutes to go here in the first half from Golden Bear Stadium. Bryan and Delta tied up at 7. 2 wide, Lindermoot in the backfield and Warner. Lindermoot's going to get it. No, Ruppel's going to pick it out. He's got room inside the 40. Kepler was trying to rip the ball away. Nice gang tackle. I say it looks like Bryan ball. They're going to call it no change of possession.
Wow. I'll say, let's see how we got the replay
I'd like to
here.
see the replay on that. Schellenberger held him up. Kepler goes in and rips it out. The ball looks out to me, but you can't really tell underneath the pile.
Who actually has it?
So 3rd down and 2 after all said and done. 8 minutes to go here in the first half. You can see why they put the senior Ruppel in. He's a little bit more of a ball carrier than his brother is. Lindermoot and Warner in the backfield with him. Going to put it in Lindermoot's hat, going to take it out and run around the right side. Nice tackle out in open space that time by Langendorfer, but it's going to be enough for a first down, but there's a lot of green grass in front of him.
There was. And this has been a good, I'm going to say, change of pace. It's still the same pace down the field, but change of formation that's given the Bears something different to look at than just a strictly wing tee. I'm going to call it a hybrid shotgun because it's not a true shotgun. I don't even call it a true...
it's not even a wing tee.
It's not even a wing tee.
They're running 2 wide. They got away from the tight formation. It's more of a read option type of offense, but you're not looking at that 3rd option. You don't see a lot of passing out of it.
Yep.
But you've got the choices with your backs, and this time he puts it in to Lindermoot's belly, and he's going to carry it forward over the 50.
I'll say it's a little bit of that pistol formation, but it's not even a deep. It's not even a deep pistol formation either that they're running from. I've never seen someone line up that close to the center.
And not be under center.
And not be under center.
It's about a little 2-yard.
And I'll say this is a big down here for the Bears. I think every first and second down is critical. You got to keep this offense off schedule. Keep them from getting 3, 4. You got to get them in 3rd and long, obvious passing situations where they're not comfortable.
Going to put it in to Lindermoot's belly again. He's going to be enough for a first down, dragging defenders inside the 40 or right to the 40. Going to be first down.
Because that's going to be the trouble here, for the Bears. We've played a quarter and a half. We've had
twice.
We've had the ball twice. We're sitting at 5 possessions for the entire game, right? 3 for Delta right now, 2 for us. And they're just chewing clock. 4 yards, 5 yards, 6 yards, 3 yards. 8 yards. You got to keep them off schedule at this point.
Jaden Dennis was in on the stop that time for the Golden Bears, back after a couple weeks out with that broken hand. Now they're going to run 2 to the boundary side of the field. Going to run Warner in motion, going to pitch it to this side. Uran's got him, going to be drugged down, just inside the 40 to about the 38.
Warner.
Carter Dominic on the tackle for the Golden Bears. Nice play that time, 2nd 8. But they've run 3 plays since they've got inside the 50, and they've taken almost 3 minutes off the clock.
Yep, and that's, again, we talked about it pregame, that's exactly what they want to do. Exactly what they want, and they're executing their game plan right now to perfection. Opportunistic defense, chew clock.
2nd down, 8 to go. Up in the backfield, Lindermoot and Warner with them. Going to put it into Lindermoot's belly. Going to be met, stopped short, a gain of about 1 on that one.
And again, that's a big 2nd down stop there. When I say stop, only letting yards. Now they're probably playing 2-down territory here. They got 2 more downs. They're not, unless this is a loss, they're probably not punting here. So they're playing. If we get 3, we're going for it.
Harold on the stop for the Golden Bears. Play coming in, 5 minutes now to go in the first half. 7-7 here at Golden Bear Stadium. 3rd down, 7 to go for the Delta Panthers. Rebels going to send Warner in motion, hands it to Lindermoot up the middle, runs into the wall of Sam Harold, going to be stopped. They may give him a half yard on that one.
And that's a great play there by the Bears. I think they were expecting what we were expecting up here. 2 plays, so instead of an obvious passing situation, which anywhere else on the field, pretty much that's an obvious passing situation, they're going to try to run. Now they may still end up going for it here, but or they could do I could see them doing maybe a little pooch punt type deal from the quarterback. Not trying to give Bryan a short field here.
4th down, 6 to go. See if they just run it down and take a timeout.
Yeah, it appears to be what they're doing.
You're looking at under 8 on the play clock. And that is exactly what they're going to do. Delta's going to take their 2nd time out of the half with 4:08 to go in the first half. 7-7 all tied up here at Golden Bear Stadium on the Golden Bear Sports Network.
Discover affordable transfer opportunities at Northwest State.
Start here and save thousands on tuition.
Our advising team will help you get your credits transferred.
So don't wait another minute. Get started today.
Every day, thousands of kids start vaping. So if you want to talk to your kids, you got to get it trending. I was just trying to get your attention.
Could I just ask?
Visit talkaboutvaping.org for tips on when and how to have the vape talk.
Welcome back here to Golden Bear Stadium. A decision for Coach Ruppel and the Delta Panthers. 4th down, 6 to go. Ball on the 36-yard line, out of field goal range. Punt, chances are it doesn't get you much. Plus, your starting punters out hurt.
Yep. It's an interesting spot to be in, because do you punt it, try to pin Bryan deep here, make us go 90, 95 yards with 4 minutes left. I tend to think so, or do you go for it? And if you don't get it, shorter field and decent field position for Bryan, give it back to a prolific offense. And it looks like they're in line up to go for it.
They brought in their passing quarterback again. The younger brother who had the touchdown pass is in at quarterback. We'll see if they throw. They're going to throw. He's back to pass. Looking down that sideline again. This one short, knocked down by Bryan. Incomplete, first down, Golden Bears.
And that's a really heads-up play there by Maddox Langendorfer to actually bat that ball down instead of taking the interception.
It would have been as good as a punt had he intercepted it.
And that was probably their thought process. There was like, we're gonna throw it up. If they intercept it, it's as good as a punt. If we hit it, that's a backbreaker,
right.
And a huge momentum shift in their favor.
And throw it up so it's a jump ball, so that if he comes down with it, we have time to make the tackle, and he doesn't take it back 6 on us.
Yep.
Big drive for the Golden Bears here with 4 minutes to go. Bryan will get the ball to start the second half. Going to be Wolf up the middle over the right-hand side. Push forward, going to be stopped at about the 39.
Like I said, I think this is an absolutely huge drive. Late in the second quarter, can we go down and score? Can we, and then double up, right? Score right before half, and then get the ball again to start the third quarter.
We're going to give him 3 on the carry, make it second down 7. 3.5 to go. Bryan with all 3 timeouts. No need to hurry. Kepler takes the snap, puts it in Harold's hands, pulls it out, pass to Carter Brown, dropped incomplete.
We'll see on replay here. He's got space. It's a good route by Carter Brown. Just a little bit too far out in front of us. Got to be a little bit more on the numbers there to let him hit that in stride and keep running.
If he catches that in stride, that's a big play.
He's got 15 yards easy. That's the thing. The middle of the field is wide open right now. They're sitting most of the time here. Now third and long, they might not sit in cover 0, but they've left that middle of the field wide open all night long.
Yeah, they're bringing in a safety now to play in the back. Kepler's going to roll the throwback screen, caught by Harold. Harold over the 50, down the sideline, knocked out of bounds at the 44-yard line. That throwback screen has been there all year long.
All year long, and it was a well-timed play call right there for the Bears. Just float that up over top, get blockers out in front, and you're out the gate.
When the ball first went in the air, I looked and saw nothing but linemen, and I'm like, okay, this isn't right. And then there was
he's in there somewhere, right? We're looking for him. Oh, there he is.
First down, 10 to go. Ball at the 43-yard line. Pass out in the flat to Hahn. Makes a man miss down the sideline. 30, 20, 10. Touchdown, Golden Bears. What a block out on that sideline. Looking at it on the replay, that was Langendorfer just decleated his guy.
Heck of a block, and if they're going to give that much space, take it all day, because then you got one block, and then it's out the gate for a touchdown.
Big touchdown. It's how you make a 2-yard pass go 43 for a touchdown.
Absolutely.
Great play that time.
And let's just say receivers block too.
Extra point, kick is up and through. Makes it 14-7. Big response by the Golden Bears. 3:02 to go in the first half. Bryan leading Delta 14-7 on the Golden Bears Sports Network.
The Bryan Parks and Recreation Department would like to wish the Bryan Golden Bears good luck in tonight's game. The Bryan Parks and Rec offers a wide variety of classes for you during the entire year and an array of sporting events all year long. Check out what the Bryan Parks and Recreations Department has going on at bryanparksandrec.com or like them on Facebook. The Bryan Parks and Rec hopes to see you in one of the many parks that Bryan has to offer and enjoy the facilities. Questions about the classes or rental of one of their facilities, call 633-6030.
Welcome back here to Golden Bear Stadium, where Bryan leads Delta after a 43-yard touchdown pass from Kepler to Hahn. 14-7 over Delta, 3:02 to go. Let's take a moment to thank our sponsors before this kickoff, Andres O'Neill and Lowe, the Bryan Athletic Boosters, Bryan Parks and Recreation, the Danielle Van Atta Agency, Fackler Monument, Jason Deach Automotive Services, Newcomer, Schaefer, Spangler and Brenninger, Northwest State Community College, Oberlin Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory, Starks Plumbing and Heating, Veteran Services of Williams County, and the Williams County Fair. Our Main Stop scoreboard open when you need them. You're always near a Main Stop. Don't forget, Thursday, every Thursday, kick goes into the end zone. Going to be a touchback, first down, Delta trailing this one 14-7.
And I tell you what, I can't state enough how big of a drive that was for the Bears to punch that into the end zone. Because now, yes, you still have 3 minutes left on the clock, but Delta knows in the back of their mind, Bryan gets the ball, and now we pretty much have to go down and score here. Because I'm not sure that Delta's confident, other than maybe some turnovers here and there, that they're going to, stop Bryan consistently. So now you got one timeout, and like I said,
80 yards.
80 yards.
And this offense is not a big play offense.
Not built to do that, right? So now you're getting them out of their game and what they want to do. So that was a huge answer drive there for the Bears.
Coming in, it looks like Is that 8 back at quarterback this time, or is that 3? 8's the quarterback. Going to be Warner over the right side, out over the 20, 25, 30. Tackled by a whole host of Golden Bears. Kepler in there. Schellenberger in there.
And this is where you can't let up that big play. If you're the Bears defense, you can't let them be a big play offense.
And one of the things we're seeing, without Caleb Lance in, Carl Warner's getting a lot more touches. He had 23 on the night. I think that's his 6th or 7th carry already tonight. Flores wide to the left. 2 in the backfield. That little mini pistol. Ball's going to go to Warner again. Spins over the 35. Going to be a flag coming in late in the neighborhood of a hold.
I don't know if that's going to be a hold. I didn't see the face mask go, but...
Take a look here on the Wheat replay as they're...
Oh, it was a face mask.
Again, conversation. Looks like it's going to be only a 5-yarder. I didn't see the personal foul call this time. So if it goes from the spot, it should be almost enough for a first down.
And I should remember this. Isn't it in college? It's everything's a personal foul now. I don't know if they still have the split designation. Is it still split designations in high school?
I thought it was, but evidently not. Because they're marking off 15. Going to move it into Bryan territory at the 48. One of the things you can't do this drive, shoot yourself in the foot.
Correct. And you look, so it started with about 3 minutes to go, and you went 12 yards, 5 yards, and then a 15-yard penalty. And so they've run 2 plays and gained.
And taken a minute off the clock, but they gained 25 yards, 30 yards.
Yep.
Once again, 1 tight end, 2 receivers split wide right. Handoff is going to go to Littermood up the middle. He's going to break out over the right-hand side, deep into Bryan territory, inside the 20, brought down at about the 25. Nice run that time by Littermood. Again, good to see defensive linemen making tackles, not 20 yards down.
Exactly. Yeah, this is exactly the drive you didn't want if you're the Bears right now. But now it's time to get close to the red zone, time to bow up and make a stop here.
24-yard line, first down, 10 to go Delta. By the time it ball snapped, it'll be right at 2 minutes to go in the first half. Back to the tight formation, quarterback under center. Going to bring him in motion, hand it to, I believe, is that Warner coming in motion? Tries to escape tackles.
Number 8,
Justin Ruppel. So they changed quarterbacks.
Again.
Nice tackle by Langendorfer, only gives him a yard. Gives them no yards, 2nd down and 10. And again, this is where this slow-paced offense and only 1 timeout left comes back to hurt Delta as it's now under 1:30.
Yep.
And even with hurrying up, they don't get to the line until there's 15 seconds to go on the play clock. Again, back into that short one. They fake it to Littermood. They give it to Warner out the outside. Scampers inside the 10 to about the 9 where he's going to be run out of bounds. Nice design play. That's how everybody keyed on Littermood. Warner came around the outside.
Right around the outside, absolutely.
It'll be first down, goal to go, ball on the 9.
And clock's moving here, so.
With a minute to go.
Slightly in Delta's favor at this point. I mean, this is what they want. It's inside the 10-yard line with a minute left.
Going to give it to Littermood this time over the right side again. Going to be inside the 5 to about the 3.
Number 12, Landon Littermood. On the stop for Bryan, number 11, Jacob Uran.
Uran on the stop. Full house backfield. Once again a motion. Once again Littermood over the right side. Met by Harold. Nowhere to go. They're going to mark him at about the 1.
Number 12, Landon Littermood.
At the 2. 3rd down and goal.
Thought it might be a time for a timeout here, but looks like Delta can get the play off and see if they can score right before half.
Quarterback sneak. Still pushing, no sign yet. And he didn't get it. That's going to put it inside the 1. And they're going to take their timeout now, I believe, with 12 seconds to go.
and this is huge here for both teams, right? You got the ball inside the 1 yard line, 12 seconds left, 4th down.
4th down.
Can the Bears get a fourth goal line stand here?
Ball looks to be at about the
half-yard line?
Half-yard line, maybe inside that, maybe the 1 foot line. Big chance right here for the Golden Bears defense to make a statement.
And this is, I'll say, mano-a-mano here, right? Win your battle. Who's tougher at this point? Who's gonna knock their man in the backfield and make a stop here? And maybe Delta has maybe a little bit of an interesting decision here. Do you just try to get a half yard with a push from your quarterback and sneak it again, or do you try to get, I hate to say, try to get cute and do a little fake? And because Bryan, if we don't bring all 11 guys and everyone's within about a foot of the line of scrimmage, I'd be shocked. So do you try to sneak a handoff, sneak a guy out, and float it over top?
This is one. If I'm Bryan's coaching staff, I'm going to listen. If you pass it, there's chances all sorts of things can go wrong for a non-passing team. But Delta's going to spread things out. Here comes the snap, here comes the sneak, and now they give him the signal. They marked him down, and then they marked him in. The one hand went up from the far side, and they're going to give him the touchdown. Half-yard run by Rupel, going to make it 14-13. I thought he was stopped when I saw the one hand go up from the line judge.
He's got a late push there at the end.
And, that's one of the things now. Rugby scrums are a thing. Back in the day, that would have been a penalty. Here comes the extra point to tie it with 7 seconds to go in the first half. Brody Roth on for the extra point attempt. Snap, kick, good. Flag on the play. Going to be an offsides. Now you got a decision if you're Delta. Going to move the ball half the distance. Do you take the points off the board and go for 2?
Thinking about it, I might just go for it. Move you half yard closer. Steal point.
Ball goes from the...
I might risk it. Doesn't look like they're going to, but...
I think they're going to take it on the kickoff. It looks like they're marking the ball back.
Yeah, at the original spot. And if you're going to kick it, then you take it on the
kickoff.
Yeah. Because actually moving it a couple yards closer
is a disadvantage.
It does. It throws things off a little bit. So smart there by Delta.
Snap, hold, kick, good. So even with the penalty, it's right where we thought it would be. 14-14 with 7 seconds to go. That was a nice drive by Delta.
It was exactly what we thought. Coming into that drive. Hey, we got you kind of off schedule, and what do? Several. It was chunk plays. Chunk. It was 12 here, 15 there, 20 there, and then aided by the 15-yard penalty, which the 15-yard penalty looming large now with 7 seconds left. If you make them earn that 15 yards, that's one more play. Maybe they don't get that in.
And the other thing that has been a consistent thing on that drive, the last couple of drives for Delta, is everything's going over that right side.
Yep.
Everything's going over the right side. Little halftime adjustment, which the Bears have been really good at this year, taking those halftime adjustments. So I guess they are going to still kick off from the 40. So I guess they declined the penalty altogether.
Which I expect a squib or some kind of pooch kick here. Nothing fancy. With 7 seconds left, it'll be, I think, something short here. Almost looks like they might try to do a little onside over to the 40-yard line there, on top of the screen.
Shifts to go that way. Little kick going to be picked up by Langendorfer. Comes this side, not really anywhere to go. Gets out over the 35 to the 36, and that's going to bring us to the end of the first half. Halftime score here at Golden Bear Stadium, 14-14. We'll come back in the second half, and things will be exactly as we began. Things all tied up here as we take a moment and we go to our halftime break. We'll be right back from Golden Bear Stadium on the Golden Bear Sports Network.
Discover affordable transfer opportunities at Northwest State.
Start here and save thousands on tuition.
Our advising team will help you get your credits transferred.
So don't wait another minute. Get started today.
Every day, thousands of kids start vaping. So if you want to talk to your kids, you got to get it trending. I was just trying to get your attention.
Could I just ask you?
Visit talkaboutVaping.org for tips on when and how to have the vape talk.
Why do so many people travel to Jason East Automotive Services in Edgerton when they want their vehicles repaired? Because Dave Brown and Sam Bailey have over 60 years of experience fixing the problems that other mechanics couldn't. They work on all makes and models, and they specialize on imports. Recently, they have expanded their service area by almost 50%, and they've hired Eston Knurk to their staff. So if you have a vehicle, foreign or domestic, that you want fixed right the first time, take it to Jason Dietz Automotive Services on the east side of Edgerton.
Back here at Golden Bear Stadium for halftime tonight, let's take a look at scoreboard from around the area before we get to a recap of our first half here. Hilliard winning again 14-0 over Cardinal Stritch. Wassiana all over Swanton 34-0. Paulding 8, Ayersville 0. Kenton 20, Lima Bath 0. Holgate in 8-man football leading Danbury 38-6. Napoleon and Anthony Wayne all tied up at 7. Huron and Gabriel Richard 21-7. Huron's leading that one. Good game in Archbold. Liberty Center 14, Archbold 7. Highland over Pleasant 17-13. The Van Wert Defiance game is a doozy 21-20. Cougars are winning that one in the second quarter. Our opponent next week is Patrick Henry. They're leading Evergreen 22-0. Kenora 28, Fairview 8. Wayne Trace 35, Edgerton 0. Orange 3, Lakeside 0. Excuse me. North Central 6, Hilltop 0. Liberty Benton 10, Port Clinton 0. Sand Creek 16, Eden 14. Antwerp leading Hicksville 20-14, and Stryker is losing 41-14 to St. Mary's Central Catholic. Here in Bryan, 14-14 in a fast-moving first half, just about what we predicted.
To a T. I will say, I think the story of the first half is maybe a couple of things. One, Delta executing their game plan. It's it. Bryan hasn't done anything wrong outside of, I'm gonna say, really outside of one probably ill-advised throw. Didn't see Linchermuth there sitting in the flat. You know, Delta's just done exactly what they came in wanting to do: shorten the game, knowing that against right now our defense, we feel confident we can score and make Bryan score on every single possession and basically be perfect and play in that phone booth. And they've done everything that they wanted to a T so far offensively. They've been on schedule, not getting behind the sticks, because when you're a wing T offense, you don't want to be in 3rd and 6, 3rd and 7, 3rd and 8, any 3rd and long situation, right? And they've stayed out of those situations and been able to keep the chains moving on the offensive side of the ball.
And when we came into the game, we saw that on the season, Bryan had been scoring about 43, giving up about 43, and it's 14-14. You know, Bryan's only had the ball 3 times.
Yep.
And so they get the ball to start the second half. And again, what you said, partner, is true. Bryan needs to make every drive count.
Yep.
Because
you're only going to get so many of them. You're only going to get so many, and if you only get, you know, right now we're sitting at what we've had 3 possessions.
3 possessions.
3 possessions and a half. So even if you're lucky and maybe get 4 or 5 here in the second half, you got to keep pace. Like, you know, and you're sitting there thinking, it's like, well, we scored on 2 of our 3 drives, and we had a chance to score on another one. Like, that should be, I'm gonna say, good enough to hopefully win a football game. You score on 2 out of 3 possessions, you're doing pretty good. And your defense, you know, like I said, I think the story of the second half, we'll preview the second half later, but like I think the second half is going to be the Bears getting a couple stops on defense and keeping them on, get them off schedule.
I think that's going to be the key. And, you know, a little bit of a surprise is you got the sophomore and the senior brothers alternating at quarterback, and it's going to be key for Bryan to know who's at quarterback.
Yep.
One of the things that I'm sure the coaching staff picked it up because we picked it up here. When the senior's in, they're going to run the ball, and he's going to be in that little baby pistol.
Yep.
When the sophomore's in, he's more likely to throw the ball, and he's going to be under center.
Yep.
So it's going to be a key for, you know, Bryan's defensive leaders, Sam Harrell, Chase Kepler, you know, leaders along that defensive line, Rainer Clemens, to be able to say, all right, this is who's here. this is what we need to be keying on because of who's in the game.
Yep, absolutely. And that's something, Bryan, we've been good about second half adjustments thus far. I think it's something hopefully we'll adjust to here in the second half, is just realizing that. And I will say, I don't think they've really, nothing against Caleb Lancer. It doesn't seem like they've missed a beat much offensively without him thus far. They've thrown in some different looks. They've mixed some different things. Kept us off balance really for us from a defensive perspective with throwing in the pistol formation and giving us some different eye candy that has got us caught looking in the backfield a few times and hit some chunk plays.
That first touchdown, looking in the backfield, not expecting the pass to come and wide open in the corner of the end zone.
Yep.
It's one of the things that, once again, it comes down to Bryan. We talked about it in the pregame. We talked about it last week. It's about being disciplined.
Yep.
And how disciplined can we be? And when it comes to looking at whether it's penalties, whether it is not getting caught peeking in the backfield, whether it's making the right reads, for the most part, I think the defense has been solid making the right reads.
Yep.
We haven't let up any real big plays. A couple of chunk plays on that last drive to Wintermoot.
But it's been 4 or 5, things like that, and they've just methodically gone down the field for the most part. Like I said, with the exception of the last drive there.
The last drive, exactly. So here at halftime, 14-14. We're going to take a break. We'll come right back. We'll look ahead to the second half, what Bryan needs to do to put another win in the win column, because I'd really like to be going in to those next 2 weeks on the road. Very tough opponents. It'd be nice to be 3-1 and not being 2-2.
Absolutely.
Going into those two. So we'll be right back to look ahead to the second half and the Bryan Band here on the Golden Bear Sports Network.
Here at the Williams County Veteran Service Office, our mission is plain and simple. We are here to serve our local Williams County veterans and their dependents. We are staffed with trained service officers who have the compassion and understanding to assist their fellow veterans in obtaining all federal and state benefits that they have earned. Additionally, we provide emergency financial assistance and transportation to VA medical centers. So if you're a veteran or a dependent of a veteran, stop in today and see how we can help you at the Williams County Veteran Service Office.
Welcome back into Golden Bear Stadium, where your score 14-14 at the half. Let's take a look at the second half. Other than a couple adjustments on defense,
I think that's where I think that's where when I say you have to adjust. The offense has played well, with the exception of one throw. You've moved the ball at will. Your running game has been strong. Your line's played well. You've hit passes where you need to. I mean, you threw a 3-yard pass for a touchdown. And I think that's going to continue to be there offensively. They're going to give space on the outside, and there's going to be space. There's going to be open field over the middle. They're sitting in that cover zero all day. So when I say I'm not worried about our offense, I'm not worried about the offense. I think the offense is going to be able to move the ball at will. They've kind of showed they can do that. I expect more of that in the second half. It's really going to come down to you defensively. You get a stop or two. You get a stop or two. You probably win by 2 or 3 touchdowns.
And that's going to be the key. As we've talked about the last couple of weeks, well, and even really against Van Wert, the defense has played really well. Late third quarter, all through the fourth quarter, they're going to have to do that again tonight.
Absolutely.
And it's going to be one of the things that you always say that you want your offense to give your defense a chance to win. Right now, our defense needs to give our offense a chance to win.
Absolutely. Yep.
Matching scores is fine, but you don't want to get into a place where it is 28-28 and they get the ball with 2 minutes to go with the chance, especially with the field goal kickers who can hit from 35 to 36 yards.
Correct.
You don't want to give them that chance. You want to take them out of this game early. You want to make it truly a statement drive, get a 3-and-out, get the ball back and score again, go up 2 touchdowns, and then take Delta out of their
game. Because if you do that, you come out of halftime here, you go down and score. I think that's exactly what needs to happen. It's what you want. Go down and score. You get a 3-and-out. You get a quick stop. You go down and score again. Then they're really playing from behind and completely out of their game plan. Not necessarily in uncharted territory for them, but just not what they want to do and how they want to play football.
We are going to be taking one last break here at halftime, and then we will come right back for the Bryan High School Marching Golden Bears here on the Golden Bear Sports Network.
To the Bryan Golden Bear fans, those who made donations to the cause,
to the school board and administration,
and everyone who played a role in this project.
We just want to say
thank you.
Phase 2 of the capital improvement project includes field upgrades at Rec Park, a new softball field, and revitalization of soccer fields on the former Washington school property, and renewal of practice fields on the BCS campus. Let's finish the project and build champions.
Go Bears! Bryan built!
Again, let's take a quick moment as the band is getting ready to take the field to thank our sponsors for tonight, all that they do to make this possible to come to you. Newcomer, Schaefer, Spangler, and Brettinger, Northwest State Community College, Oberlin Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory, Starks Plumbing and Heating, Veteran Services of Williams County, the Williams County Fair, Andres O'Neill and Lowe, the Bryan Athletic Boosters, Bryan Parks and Recreation, the Danielle Van Atta Agency, Thackler Monument, the Jason Deach Automotive Services, our Bryan Ford Lincoln kickoff sponsor, which will be coming up on the second half. The scoreboard sponsored by the Main Stops of Northwest Ohio. Replays by Welding Construction. The Red Zone by Stockman Lawn Service. The lineup sponsored by Yoder Mechanical and Custom Fabrication. And the keys to the game sponsored by the Carlin Company. And now here is the Golden Bear Band.
Here we are now. Entertain us with Bravana's Smells Like Teen Spirit. Attention to the center of the field as our 7th and 8th grade band members take the field for their halftime performance. The Hey Song, our Rock and Roll Part 2, or Doctor Who, are standards performed by numerous bands across the country. Tonight, the powerhouse of an ensemble has combined to continue this tradition on a local level. Together, they are going to rock and roll to Gary Glitter's The Hey Song. February of 2003, this song was released to alt radio. From there, it was viewed as a rock classic and as America's last folk song. It won a Grammy for Best Rock Song, is known around the world, and is sung by sports fans everywhere. It gained fame during the 2006 World Cup when Italian football fans adopted it as their theme song. Just understand, a seven-nation army couldn't hold them back as this combined band performs the White Stripes' Seven-Nation Army. Chants are not a new thing. They have been around for a long time and can possibly be traced back to the ancient Greeks. Some are long, like Take Me Out to the Ball Game or Sweet Caroline. Tonight, we are bringing back an oldie but a goodie. We are also asking for your help as our combined bands play Let's Go Bears! Marching band is under direction of Mr. Jason Luthi, the staff assistant Ben Camarillo and BJ Bonney, and twirling coach Wendy Andrews. The field commanders are senior Emily Hess and junior Macy Shausha and senior majorette Vanessa Resendez. The band would like to compliment the Delta Marching Band on their great halftime performance. Way to go, 7th and 8th grade band members, on your strong performance this evening. They thank everyone for the applause, wish you a safe drive home and a great weekend. Good night and go Bears!
Right, the Golden Bears and the Delta Panthers all tied up in a half that was exactly what we expected. No surprises really from either team. Maybe the touchdown pass down there in the corner kind of caught us all a little bit off guard. But Delta's running their offense, Bryan's running theirs, and we are all tied up. And we've got one half to decide this. We talked a little bit about during break. Are we ever going to get one of those games that's going to be where we can exhale in the third quarter and go, we've got this one in the bag? I'm not sure we're going to see one of those this year.
I don't know that we will, but you know what? We'll see. We'll see. Again, if the Bears come out here, go down the field, score, quick stop, go down and score again, we might be looking at one of those. But if Delta gets a couple stops, you know, a couple big plays, you know, maybe defensively, we're looking at a barn burner until the end.
Bryan will get the ball to start the second half. Why don't we take our last halftime break? We'll come back. Get ready for third quarter action here from Golden Bear Stadium. You're Bryan, Golden Bears 14, the Delta Panthers 14, here on the Golden Bears Sports Network.
Discover tremendous scholarship opportunities at Northwest State. Over the past 2 years, we have awarded nearly $2 million in foundation scholarships. That's free money for college. Don't miss out. Apply today.
minutes to go until we kick off this second half here tonight from Golden Bear Stadium. Bryan out warming up, Delta out warming up on their sidelines, and we got a barn burner.
We do.
It's a good football game for those who like good power football, running football. Both teams have been doing exactly that, and that brings us to where we're at, 14-14.
Yep, absolutely. And again, it's a team in Delta that has executed their game plan to perfection. I would probably argue that Bryan, I would say, is probably the more talented team, okay, across the board. But you got a team that has executed their game plan, and they're right in it here at halftime.
And when we talk about possessions, when we look back to last week, and we talked about it at the beginning of the game, Delta's averaging 20 snaps less a game than the Golden Bears through the season. That's 10 to 12 less on offense, 10 to 12 less on defense than Bryan. And you know why? It's huddles every play. The first team we've seen huddle all year.
Yep.
Plays coming in from the sideline aren't being signaled in to wristbands. First time we've seen that all year. Breaking the huddle with about 15 seconds, snapping the ball between 5 and 7 seconds to go on the play clock. It's amazing how short a game gets, which is exactly what the Panthers wanted to do.
Yep, and it's a good, I want to say, preview for us heading into the next couple weeks against, I think PH is running more of a spread offense now, but Liberty Center's running a similar style of offense that I'm going to say, not that Delta is executing poorly. I would not say they're executing poorly at all. They've actually executed very well, but is going to execute at a higher level with even better athletes.
The reality is that if you want to watch a team that executes this offense to an amazing level,
it's Liberty Center.
They're the gold standard here in the area. I think that one of the things that going into next week, last year, PH was spread out all over the place. One of the things, and I haven't looked at their stats, and Chris and I were talking here at halftime, we probably won't see any of those until late Thursday night from Coach Enselman next week. He's not the one who's going to get it to us on Monday or Tuesday night. But the one thing he said in all the preseason previews is you saw Patrick Henry without a tight end for the last time last year. That he's going to go back to play Patrick Henry football. And he said, if we're going to win, if we're going to lose, we're going to do it the Patrick Henry way. So,
and that's something that the tight end, you look at and granted we're leaping to the NFL, but you look how, the Chiefs last night were missing Travis Kelce, the tight end, maybe sometimes can be an unsung hero of an offense, but they're an integral part, both obviously being, hybrid, passing and blocking. People forget about the tight end. They really do sometimes, and that's a huge piece of the offense that, really can make or break an offense.
Said like an old college tight end.
I know, right? It's like I'm a little biased to the position.
but one of the other things that a tight end does to a defense, not only is it a passing threat, but it changes your splits.
It does. It changes splits. It puts linebackers. You got a speedy tight end who can also block. It puts them in conflict. It just puts them in really precarious positions that you can utilize them in ways, like the Travis Kelce's of the world, that puts players in conflict and makes defense makes decisions in ways that they necessarily don't want to.
And it changes the ability to double team a tackle. It changes the ability to get a blocker out to that second level. So we're ready for kickoff here. Tonight's kickoff sponsored by Bryan Ford Lincoln. Register online for our kickoff contest at Bryan Sports Facebook page. One lucky contestant each week if the Golden Bears return the kickoff for a touchdown. A $100 Bryan Ford gift card. Tonight's 12 on the tackle. That's going to be Lindermood on the tackle. Donnell Bush picked up the kickoff. So tonight's winner was Jake Jones, but unfortunately not a kickoff return for a touchdown.
Unfortunately.
No winner for Jake.
And a tough one to return there for a touchdown, More time for the coverage team to get down there, and actually a heads-up play to stay on that ball because he kind of bobbled that a little bit, and with the coverage team so close, that could be a really tough play there.
When I look at kickoffs this year, they've either gone through the end zone or they've been those little short pooch things all year long. Bryan coming out, 2 to the wide side of the field, 1 to the left. That's Hahn and Langendorfer out wide. You've got 2 in the backfield with Kepler. He's going to put it in to Sammy's belly over the right-hand side, out over the 40 to about the 47-yard line.
And I like that play there coming out of halftime. Establish, not that we haven't established a run, establish a run and say, we're going to run it down your throats here in the second half and wear their linemen and their linebackers out.
And the way it's been all year, the more times you give Harrell the ball, He's going to break one. That was Damian Wolf on the carry. Takes it almost up to midfield, enough for a Golden Bear first down.
And he's one of those guys, and that was Damian Wolf there, but Harold is one of those guys that almost gets stronger as the game goes on, because as the other team wears down, he's still going strong.
And tonight he's not having to chase receivers all over the field on the defensive side of things. Once again, 2 to the wide side, 1 to the near side. Pass was intended for Langendorfer over his head, almost picked off. Ran the same play that they ran the touchdown off of. This time they tried to get Langendorfer sneaking out on the slant.
Yep, and that ball, he's got space. He got space. Those DBs are playing off. He's got space to cut that in, and a nice route there by Langendorfer. Just got to be a little bit lower there and on the numbers there from Kepler.
Second down, 10 to go. Ball at the 49. Wolf and Harold in the backfield with Kepler. Snaps back. Kepler's going to be a design run over the right-hand side. Got blockers. Wrestled down inside the 50 to about the 45-yard line. Running wise with an interesting tackle. He went high.
Just a little.
Didn't get a face mask or a horse collar. Looking at the Welling replay, you see he goes up high, wraps him around the shoulders. I don't know. Did he get
Just a little higher, and it's either we got right in that kind of in between both a horse collar and a face mask, so got lucky there.
Kepler gives it to Harold, this time over the left side. He breaks outside, 40, 30, 25, 20, dragging a tackler with him inside the 15 to where they're going to mark him out of bounds, right at the 10. That's going to put us in the red zone once again. Stockman Lawn Service, red zone.
And that's just a great job by the line. You'll see it on the replay, just sealing the edge there and allowing Sammy to get outside for a large gain.
Kepler keeps it, escapes out of the tackle, going to take off over the left-hand side. He's going to score a Golden Bear touchdown.
Heck of athlete, and a heck of a block by Damian Wolf, seeing that he was scrambling there, picking up a guy and springing that for a touchdown.
So once again, the Stockman Lawn Service red zone that we were in for about 2 seconds. The red zone sponsored by Stockman Lawn Service. Lawn care, snow removal, fertilizer, and spraying. Call Stockman Lawn Service 419-636-6572. Pending the extra point. 20 to 14, Golden Bears, 10:31 on the main stop scoreboard. Snap, the kick, up, hits the upright, no good. Hope that one doesn't come back at us. So with 10:31 to go, your score here from Golden Bear Stadium, Bryan 20, Delta 14 on the Golden Bear Sports Network.
Discover tremendous scholarship opportunities at Northwest State. Over the past 2 years, we have awarded nearly $2 million in foundation scholarships. That's free money for college. Don't miss out. Apply today.
STEM is everywhere, like here, behind the scenes of The Walking Dead. STEM can create new worlds on and off the screen. The only limit is your imagination. Get inspired at shecanstem.com.
Welcome back here to Golden Bear Stadium, 20 to 14 after the missed extra point.
You hope that doesn't come back to bite you. But I will say, heck of a drive by the Bears. And that's exactly what you wanted to do coming out of halftime. Run the football, mix in some passes, assert your will. Assert your will and say, we're going to get you playing from behind from the jump. And that's already, yes, there's a lot of game left. So Delta doesn't need to speed up anything at this point, but it starts putting in their mind, we're going to move the ball up and down the field.
A stop would be big. We're in on to kick off. Boots the ball. You heard that one. Nice kick. Going to be taken at about the 12. Out over the 20 to the 25, where he is just absolutely leveled.
That was a big hit there by number 4.
Let's look at the Welling Construction replay. Gavin Jessing just decleated him. What a hit. What a
laying
statement.
the lumber. That's how you make a tackle on kickoff.
That's how you make a tackle on kickoffs. Exactly right.
And again, setting the tone here in the second half for the Bears. Let's see if the defense can keep that going.
Taking a look and seeing what their formation is to determine their quarterback. It's going to be the senior Rupel. Going to put it into the belly of Warner. Warner going to be drugged down. Nice play on defense that time by Rainer Clemens. Rupel back in at quarterback.
And I'll tell you what, I know this is extremely early in the second half, but you see a little bit of a different urgency here coming out from the Bears here early in the second half.
A little more energy, and we've seen that all season. We've seen much more energy in the second half from the Bears all season long, which is something that, honestly, you got to give a lot of credit to the coaching staff, because with a short roster, bringing that energy in the second half is...
It's tough. It can be tough.
Ball's on the ground. Falled on. I think he's going to recover his own. Snap was high. Rupel recovers his own fumble.
Yeah, Rupel very lucky to fall on that one.
That's going to make it down, but...
And I'll tell you what, I'm surprised that we haven't seen that more with that short, it's like I said, it's not even, it's like a half pistol. It's not a shotgun, it's not even a pistol. It's a half snap, and it's like, I'm surprised we haven't seen that a couple times more tonight.
From someone who spent part of their life as a long snapper, it's one thing to snap at 7 yards for a place kick. It's another thing to snap at 12 to 13 for a punt. It's another thing 4 or 5 to a shotgun.
Exactly.
That little 2-yard snap, that's a finesse snap.
It's tough.
Rupel back in at quarterback, still in at quarterback, going to hand it up the middle over the left-hand side, nowhere to go. I believe that was Lindermoot again. Lindermoot on the carry again. Connor Dominic on the stop. 4th and 9 in deep minus territory for Delta.
And that was the exact scenario that you wanted for the Bears. Go down and score, get them in a 3rd and long on defense, and force a 3 and out. It was an obvious passing situation that they decided to run, but they played it safe. They're not a great passing team, so it's a good situation there for the Bears.
Langendorfer back deep. Punt, rugby-style punt, knuckleballs down, going to bounce at the 45. Inside the 35, going to roll dead at the 32, where the Golden Bears will take over. 1st down and 10 with 8:17 to go in the 3rd quarter on the main stop scoreboard. Bryan 20, Delta 14. Now's a real good chance to squeeze a little bit.
Yep, because I think if you go down and score here, someone call timeout?
Got a player down on the field. Why don't we take a timeout where they're tending to the player on the field? We'll come right back after this word from our sponsors on the Golden Bears Sports Network.
Rooting on the Golden Bears is a tradition that brings us all together.
Just like the sports we love, another tradition has stood the test of time. Oberlin Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory since 1922. We've been part of the community, supporting you in the moments of celebration and loss.
Just like a team, we understand the value of traditions and the love that binds us together.
So whether it's cheering for a win or celebrating a life well lived, remember we are here for you.
Oberlin Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory. Family owned, family focused.
Welcome back here to Golden Bear Stadium on senior night. Senior parent night, actually. Player still down on the field for Delta, getting up on his own, walking gingerly off the field.
Can't tell if that's a cramp maybe, an ankle.
Chase Chizzy, a 5'10", 200-pound sophomore, plays guard on offense and plays defensive tackle on the defensive side of the ball. No, actually plays defensive end on the defensive side of the ball. He's the one that switches with Maddox Mercer, who's out injured.
Yep.
So that could be a big loss for them.
Could be
You're down
huge.
to your number 3 defensive
Absolutely.
end. Let's see if Bryan goes after that side of the line of scrimmage here on the first play. Once again, Twins to the short side of the field. Now they're coming in motion. Going to be a jet sweep. Hahn coming around the outside, has a blocker in front of him. Nice block, 2 blocks. Going to carry it down over the 45 to about the 48. Great blocks by Sam Harrell and Gavin Jessing on that play.
Absolutely, those huge blocks to spring that for a nice gain for the Bears. And again, I'm not saying to get away from the run game here, but you just look at the middle of the field, and the middle of the field is just wide open. You got the slot here open there because they're off deep. You can get off down the middle of the field.
Sam Harrell's going to take off over the left-hand side, has a couple blocks, gets outside the numbers, inside the 40, inside the 30. Going to be drug out of bounds at about the 29-yard line. Nice big power, 20 yards. Nice play from Harrell.
Absolutely.
So, but I do have to ask you, partner, when you see that middle of the field so open, again, as an old tight end, don't you wish you had one on the roster?
Oh, you love to just run a... Sit the tight end there.
Post
Just
with the tight end.
Skinny post with the tight end, maybe a little pop pass, something over top of those linebackers would just be about perfect right now.
Wolves going to power ahead this time, going to make it to about the 26-yard line.
And I wouldn't be surprised if we see more of those outside runs from Bryan like we did on the last play, because there's no like forced defender. I mean, they're playing that they got the 3 linebackers, but that outside's there all day with that 5-man front.
Going to be Kepler coming out this side on his own. This time has up some blockers, cuts it upfield. Going to be caught from behind, but makes it down to almost the 20. Going to bring up 3rd and short.
You got 8 guys in the what's kind of blowing my mind. You got 8 guys in the box against a 3-wide set.
Yeah, they're playing a 5. You know, I was expecting a 5-2 or a 4-3. They're playing a 5-3 right now. A little bit of a celebration, trying to get the crowd fired up is one of Bryan's finest. Harold around the outside, cuts it upfield again, inside the 5 to about the 2.
I don't know if we can get a picture of this sign, but the sign says cheer or go to jail. So
good job to the Bryan Police Department. I love it. Everyone's listening. What a great sign. That wins sign of the night. First down, Bears at the 3, 1st and goal. It's going to be a touchdown. Touchdown Kepler, as we were once again inside the Stockman Lawn Service red zone. Enjoying the light show from the LED lights here at Golden Bear Stadium. Looks to me like Coach is keeping the offense on the field, going for 2.
yeah, I like it in this situation. I mean,
try to make it a 2-score. It's already a two-score
game.
Make it two scores and an extra point.
Absolutely, and I think again they're going to have to adjust out of this. You got an 8-man box. You got a 5-man front, 3 linebackers. You're going to be able to run outside all day. I wouldn't be surprised to see it here down to the bottom side of the field here with
your 2 ends out here. You got
Sam
2
Harold.
Block. Harold coming this way. They've been pulling to the right all night long.
Mm-hmm.
Kepler's going to go back to pass. Harold out in the flat, looks for him, doesn't have him. Buys time, rolls back to his right, looks into the corner of the end zone. Knocked away, incomplete. Play attended for Hahn, broken up by Littermood. So with 6:31 to go here in the 3rd quarter, your Golden Bears 26, Delta 14 on the Golden Bears Sports Network.
The Fountain City Amphitheater provides opportunities for families and friends to have fun at many different events. After winning Season 21 of The Voice on Team Kelly, Girl Named Tom recently performed a free concert on the AMP's incredible outdoor stage, thanks to numerous corporate and family sponsors.
With a 5-tier sponsorship opportunity, you can help support this project and all that is to come. Sponsorships promote brand exposure and include unique bonuses with each tier.
To learn more about how you can help provide quality programming at the AMP, visit cityofbryan.com/FC Amphitheater.
Welcome back here to Bryan, where your Golden Bears are leading Delta 26-14 after 2 big drives to start the 3rd quarter.
And I would say we talked about it at half. It's exactly right there what the Bears want to do. Go down and score, 3 and out, go down and score again. Because now, with 18 minutes left in the game, possessions are, I say, a little bit at a premium. So now you got to move a little bit quicker, if you're the Delta offense.
Bryan on to kick off once again. Boots the ball. Big boot, end over end, going to be taken at about the 10. Going to be Littermood on the return, gets out to the 20 where he is met and dropped. Kate Carlin and Donnell Bush on the tackle for the Golden Bears. As Delta's coming to the field, let's take a look at the out-of-town scoreboard for just a minute. Napoleon Anthony Wayne tied at 7. Liberty Center 21, Archbold 7. Tenora over Fairview 28-8. Van Wert 28, Defiance 20, PH 30, Evergreen nothing, Hilliard 20, Cardinal Stritch nothing, Paulding 15 nothing over Ayersville, Holgate 44-6 at halftime, and here comes the snap. Going to be a handoff to Littermood over the right side, not much room, maybe a yard on the play. Once again, they went to the younger brother.
And sitting under center instead of that, half pistol formation.
So Tyler Ruppel comes back in at quarterback. Older brother Justin is a 6-foot senior. Tyler is a 5'11" sophomore. Mixing things up. Tyler Ruppel's going to stay at quarterback. This time they're running a T formation, all tight, 2 tight ends. Hand off, fake, pass, out in the flat, incomplete. Interesting play action, sweep action.
Yeah, we'll see it on the replay. An interesting play there, but he's got space again. He's got space behind the defense. Lucky that was a little bit of an errant throw there by the quarterback.
But again, puts Bryan where they want to be with Delta 3rd and long.
Absolutely.
Gets them out of their system.
Yep. So it'll be interesting to see what they do here. I mean, this is definitely not 4-down territory for Delta. We're not late enough in the game for that, but we'll see if they decide, obvious passing situation. Do they pass or do they try to catch us?
Andy Reid last night 4th and 25 from about this same spot on the field, but then there was only 2 minutes to go in the ball game. Once again, Ruppel under center, fakes the pitch, rolls to the right, looking to throw again. Throws, short hop, incomplete, brings up 4th down. Another big stop by the Bryan defense who have answered the bell in the 3rd quarter.
They absolutely have, and I tell you what, through the first 6 plays that they've seen here in the second half, I mean, you got 2 3-and-outs now, doing a much better job of reading their keys and forcing Delta into, again, uncomfortable situations for their offense and making them make throws.
And as we talked about coming out of the halftime break, just a different energy.
Yep.
It's like the sun went down and the energy turned on for the Golden Bears. Langendorfer standing with his heels on the 49-yard line, his own 49-yard line. Delta running someone in late. 7 on the play clock. The snap, the punt. Going to be fair caught by Langendorfer at the 48, so Bryan gets to take over in Delta territory.
Yeah, that's huge. Gives the Bears obviously a very short field to work with here. That was the first time they haven't rugby punted either. It was straight, just.
It was a straight punt, yeah.
A straight punt that time.
I think that what I saw was Bryan brought a little more pressure off the edge to hold him in place.
Which is smart, because especially with the turf, you see a lot of teams moving to the rugby punt because you get that on the line like that, and you use the turf to your advantage to just let it roll. Let it roll.
Once again, Bryan out. First time we've seen the hard cap from Kepler tonight. Nobody jumped this time. You've got Jessing and Hahn this side of the field. The ball is going to go to Wolf coming this way, inside Delta territory to the 45, about the 40, inside the 45 we'll call it, make it 2nd down and 7.
Yeah, and at this point, until I see Delta make an adjustment, I mean, you got, again, I've said it multiple times, you got 5 down linemen, 3 linebackers in the box, and no force defender on the outside. You're going to get that edge all day.
All day long.
And if you're able to get that, you get 3, 4, 5, and then chunk plays after that.
A little pop pass once again, this time dropped.
And just unfortunately had his eyes, looking a little bit upfield that time, looking for the big gain before securing the pass there.
The Welling replay, either looking for the big gain or heard the footsteps of the defender.
One of the two. One of the two.
So it brings up 3rd down, ball on the 45. 3rd down, 7 for the Golden Bears. Hahn's coming in motion this time. So he's 2 to this side of the field, 1 outside. Handoff goes to Harold going to the left. Out over the 40, inside the 40, stretches for the 1st down, and he's going to be enough for a 1st down. Nice second effort. Looking at the Welling construction replay, Delta wanted the ball to come out. I think it came out when he hit the ground on the stretch.
Oh, absolutely. And I like the motion there across the formation and running back the other way, giving them a little bit of a different look because we've run into that 2-man set, where the 2 receivers are multiple times, run him across, and then run back the other way.
And again, a little bit of eye candy. You get the defender's eyes thinking one way, and you come the other way. We've been kind of running to that power side.
Yep. And now I'd like to see you put 7 in conflict here and get across the middle of the field.
Going to give it to Harold up front. Bounces out of 1 tackle, bounces out of another one, runs through a 3rd one. He's going to carry it down deep into Delta territory. That was just all Sam Harold.
Or just do that. Just give it to number 6.
He dances out, caught in the backfield, runs out of a low tackle, runs out of a high tackle. They tell people don't hit him high because he's going to run through it. They had him wrapped up low. Their best tackler, that was Landon Lindermuth that had him around the knees.
And running right through it.
Ran right through him.
Yep.
1st down, Bryan from the 23. 4:39 to go here in the 3rd quarter. Golden Bears leading this one 26-14. 2 to the field side, 1 to the boundary. Low snap. Kepler's going to take off over the right. Turns it back the other way. Escapes. Heads. Dances. Inside the 10. Inside the 5. Golden Bear touchdown. You can't coach that. You can't defend that.
You can't teach it. No. You can't teach it, can't coach it. It's just pure athleticism. Just a heck of a play there by Kepler to get in for the touchdown.
He was bottled up. I thought for sure he was going down with about a 2-yard gain. Take a look at this as he spins out, breaks one tackle. I thought he was going to follow his block. Instead, he cuts upfield and scampers into the end zone. Makes it 32-14. 4:25 to go. When they come in and kick this one again. No, we're going to go for 2 again. Kepler fakes the jet sweep, throws it out to Harold. 2-point conversion is good. Big play.
Yeah, it's a nice little play design there.
Yep, same one they ran last week against Fairview to get the 2-point conversion when they needed it. And that's going to make our score here 34-14, Bryan over Delta on the Golden Bear Sports Network.
To the Bryan Golden Bear fans, those who made donations to the cause,
to the school board and administration,
and everyone who played a role in this project.
We just want to say,
thank you!
Phase 2 of the capital improvement project includes field upgrades at Rec Park, a new softball field, and revitalization of soccer fields on the former Washington school property, and renewal of practice fields on the BCS campus. Let's finish the project and build champions.
Go Bears! Bryan Bill!
So the Golden Bears had the ball 3 times in the first half. 2 touchdowns and then the 1 interception. Yep. They've had the ball 3 times here in the first 8 minutes of the third quarter with
and
3 touchdowns.
3 touchdowns.
The truth of the matter is, and now, we talked about the ball hawking defense. They got the interception. They're on the plus side of the turnover battle. In every game this year, we don't have to throw the ball again all night.
Yep, and it's again exactly what you wanted to do. You need it, and we talked about it at halftime. You had to get a couple stops and score on every one of your possessions, and now you put them behind the 8 ball.
Big kickoff. Oh, that was a dangerous. That was dangerous.
One wrong bounce, and that's sitting at the 1-yard line.
Exactly. Because you know, folks, different than a punt. A punt can be down. A kickoff, after it goes 10 yards, that's a live ball.
Yes, it is.
And if that ball doesn't skip into the end zone, you're walking away leisurely to the huddle, and that ball's sitting on the 1-yard line to be scooped up.
Yep. And now if you're the Bears, I mean, up 20, you've got to make them earn every single yard. No chunk plays, no big plays, no home runs to, give them a drive of 8 seconds, anything like that. It's got to be.
If Delta's going to score, you've got to make them go their 15-play drive.
Yes.
You have to. Once again, Tyler in at quarterback. Going to send Warner in motion. Going to hand it up the middle to Leonardmoot. Leonardmoot's going to get out for about 4 yards where he's wrapped up by an entire host of Golden Bears. I did notice on that play, Kepler is back a little bit deeper in defense.
Mm-hmm.
You got your 2 safeties in. Also, you got both quarterbacks now playing safety as the backup quarterback is in playing safety as well.
Yeah, Cade Carlin.
The 5'8" sophomore playing back in the safety position. Handoff going to go up the middle once again. It's going to be Leonardmoot. He's going to be stopped for a gain of about 1. Going to make it 3rd and 4. And again, it puts them just about behind schedule. Yep. You talk about 3 yards and a cloud of dust.
Yep.
Now you need 4, and I'm not sure. Down by 20 with 3.5 to go if you're in 4-down territory. Deep in your own territory.
I don't think so. I think this is a really, I would say, a tough position if you're Delta. Do you run the football here, or do you pass? I mean, do you pass?
Throw it.
What do you do? Because it's not an obvious running situation. I mean, it's third and medium here.
2 in the backfield. Going to send in motion. Going to hand it to the motion man. He's going to get the first down outside the 35 to about the 36. Going to be Justin Ruppel on the carry that time. And Ruppel is playing that wing back that would normally be covered by Lance.
Yep. Yeah, but I like the play call there. You'd kind of been getting stuffed up the middle, try to get it outside, and they got onto the edge there for a first down.
First down, 10 to go Delta. at their own 36-yard line. 2:50 to go here in the third quarter. Golden Bears 34, Delta 14. It's going to be 4 to the 40, a gain of about 3 on the play, maybe 3.5. Going to mark them right at the 40, so they'll give them 4. Let's call it 2nd and 6. Jacob Uran coming in to make the stop that time. And again, we're not seeing Delta really speed up. 15 seconds to go in the game, play clock. Breaking the huddle, get to the line at 10. We're not seeing a lot of urgency from the Panthers yet. We're going to hand it to the motion man Warner over the right side. Caught, wrapped up, thrown back. Nice play by the Golden Bear defense.
And maybe they feel like they don't need to show a sense of urgency at this point. They're down by 3 touchdowns, but we've scored bang, bang, bang. So you don't want to necessarily go another 3 and out by going quick, getting out of your rhythm, and then giving us another score, and then it's really out of reach at that point.
But a great play that time by Rainer Clemens. Wrapped Linderwood around the waist and held him there. 3rd down, 5 to go. Going to hand it up the middle again. Nowhere to go. Stopped for a gain of about a yard. That's going to make it 4th and 4, a long 4. Ball not quite to midfield. Decision time for Coach Ruppel.
Yeah,
it doesn't look like he's sending the punter out.
Yeah, I would.
Yep, looks like maybe he is going to send the punter out now.
Probably a smart decision if you're Delta. I'll tell you what, our D-line has really come out here in the second half and played a really good ball game.
They've made the difference here in the second half. And, with most of those D-linemen going both ways, the offensive line played well, too. Thought it was going to be a fake for a second. Instead, it's going to be a rugby punt, not a real good one. They're going to mark it out of bounds there. If you can hear the press box,
very generous spot there.
That was a 7-yard. That was a 7-yard advantage. But again, it's tough on the rugby punt because a traditional punter, the referee stands in an angle and he waits until the line judge walks down and marks it off.
Yep.
But the guy was almost outside the numbers when he punted it. How do you do that?
Yeah.
Handoff up the middle, going to be Damian Wolf. Tough sledding inside. He's going to get about 3.
I expect a lot more of this from the Bears the rest of the way out. Run, grind clock, you're up 3 scores. We didn't really hit any big passes over the middle. With, like I said, being up 3 scores, I don't expect us to. Maybe we'll hit one, if we get in a 3rd and long situation, but I think we're content just to run the football out and chew some clock here.
Bryan's in no hurry. They're going to let this one run out.
Yep, absolutely.
And that's going to bring us to the end of the 3rd quarter. A big outburst from Bryan in the 3rd quarter. 20 unanswered points leaves its score. Your Golden Bears 34, Delta 14 on the Golden Bears Sports Network. Come back here to Golden Bear Stadium. Let's take a moment to thank all of our sponsors, Andres O'Neill and Lowe, the Bryan Athletic Boosters, Bryan Parks and Recreation, the Danielle Van Atta Agency, Fackler Monument, Jason Deach Automotive Services, Newcomer, Schaefer, Spangler, and Brenninger, Northwest State Community College, Oberlin Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory, Stark Plumbing and Heating, Veteran Services of Williams County, and the Williams County Fair. And thanks to our partners at the Q, broadcasting tonight's game. The Golden Bears have the ball 2nd down, 7 to go as we start the 4th quarter. Sam's going to get back to the line of scrimmage, maybe give him a yard. Going to make it 3rd and 6. First time we've called Griesinger's name tonight, Landon Griesinger.
I tell you, that was a good time, a good play there by. He didn't end up making the stop, but Delta defensive end really set the edge there well, forced Sammy to have to cut that upfield before he really wanted to.
And when you look at Landon Greaser, you're 6'1", 275. The first time you're calling his name is in the fourth quarter. That says a lot about the Bryan offensive line tonight.
Yep.
Would have put it into Sam's belly again over the right side. He's going to push out over the 40 to about the 43. Going to make it 4th down and 3. 4th and 3. Coach Redhead content to run time off the clock, punt it back.
Yep, and that's evidenced by the, I'm going to say, the conservative play call there, right? You know, your 3rd and 7, typically, you know, maybe earlier in the ball game, you want to throw in that football. Or maybe dump screen pass, something like that. But
or let Kepler get back there and work his magic. They're coming after this one. Here's a snap. The punt high into the air. Ball's going to bounce at about the 30. Take a nice turf roll inside the 26 to the 25. Carter Dominic's going to down it there. Delta's got to start showing some urgency now. 3 scores in the fourth quarter.
You have to. And unless, you know, I say Barnes, you're going to have to create more possessions at this point. If you think you're going to get 3 possessions, you might be lucky to get 3 possessions if we're obviously content from a Bryan perspective, you know, running clock, you know, two in the clock with the ground game. So you got to create more possessions, you know, obviously with some onside kicks and forced turnovers and things like that to get some extra possessions.
You think you're down by 3 scores and you only had 3 possessions the entire first half.
Yep.
So it looks like they are bringing Jacob out again. Justin Rupel, I'm sorry. As they are, they're back into their running quarterback. Tyler Rupel goes to the bench. Here comes the snap. The running quarterback's going to try to throw. Wrapped up by Jessing. He escapes. Runs out to his right. Flips it downfield. Intercepted by Langendorfer. Inside the 20. Knocked out of bounds at the 15. Great play.
That's a heck of a play right there.
Maddox Langendorfer read that one well. Ball is a little bit behind the receiver. Let's see if we have something on the Welling construction replay. Not sure if we'll have one for that. Yeah, we do. If we look at this, we just have the end of it. The pass was a little bit behind the receiver, and Langendorfer just ripped it away from him.
Took it right away from him. Heck of a play there by Langendorfer.
Which gives the Golden Bears the ball already in the Stockman Lawn Service red zone for lawn care, snow removal, fertilizer, and spraying. Call Stockman Lawn Service at 419-636-6572. Kepler takes a snap, gives it to Wolf over the right side. Met, brought down. Going to be Rupel on the tackle. Justin Rupel on the tackle. Good for about 2, maybe 3.
And you really see now, I saw it on the last drive, number 2 is really, for their defensive end, really flying upfield to cut off, you know, because that's what we were getting. We were turning him and able to get outside and get chunk play after chunk play. Now he's flying upfield, making us cut that up a little earlier than we want to.
But again, Bryan in no hurry as they get to the line now with 10 seconds to go on the clock. Going to put Wolf out in motion to put Twins each way. Going to move Harold now. Snap, going to give it to Harold up the middle, cuts it over the right, inside the 10, inside the 5, Golden Bear touchdown. Big one. Big Golden Bear touchdown.
Absolutely.
Makes it 40-14.
And again, he just doesn't go down with arm tackles. You know, a couple guys had a shot at him there, and he's just running downhill so hard, they're not going to get him.
We talked about early in the year, when was Sam going to start getting his touchdowns? 5 last week, a couple tonight. He's answered the bell for that one, hasn't he? Back going for 2 again. Got a hard count, nobody jumped, looking at the coaches for the play. 7 to go on the play clock, here's a snap. Kepler's going to keep it around the left-hand side, beats one man, scrambles to the pylon, 2-point conversion is good. That's going to bring our score here tonight. The Golden Bears 42, Delta 14. Remember, partner, this was a 14-14 game at halftime.
Yes, it was. And again, the Bears did exactly what they needed to do coming out of halftime. Score, stop, on the 3 and out, score, and it's just been kind of a snowball from there. Heck of a second half for the Bears.
And we talked about it early. This is not a team, Delta, is not a team that is going to beat you with 25, 30, 35-yard plays.
No.
They're going to have to beat you by 5 yards, 7 yards, and just staying on schedule.
Yep.
And the defense has took them out of schedule.
Yep. Like you said, they've answered the bell here in the second half. This has to be, if you're Bryan, and the defense especially has to be, your offense is going to be fine. Your offense is going to be able to move the ball. It's can your defense get stops? And heading into next week and the following week, this has to be a good, this half has to be this is what we need to do defensively to
carry on to those two really tough away games
next couple weeks. Yep.
Run up the kick, end over end, taken at the 16. Going to be brought out by Warner. Met again. Jessing coming off that corner again with another huge hit on the kickoff.
That's the second time he's done that tonight.
The 6'1 junior. One of the things you and I talked about the first week, and Chris and I have talked about the last couple of weeks, you're seeing some more of these young kids get playing time.
Yep.
We can chalk part of it up to experience. We can chalk part of it up to there's been some injuries. But the other part of it is as coaches say, you know what? You show up at practice and make me not play. And it shows these kids are earning their time.
Absolutely.
And coming out making big plays.
And I will say, special teams wise, a renewed focus on special teams, and that we've made some really nice plays special teams wise tonight.
Tyler Rubel with the handoff. Nice run this time by Warner. He's going to escape down the sideline, being chased by Jace, drug out of bounds inside the 20 at the 15. That was the first time tonight we've seen a lot of fakes. There was a fake up the middle, a fake going one way, 1, 2 fakes. The first time they've really kind of run the option. Nice play that time by Delta, but good hustle by Kepler, not letting him get away. It's easy when you're ahead 42 to 14 to just let him go all the way and say, "Oh, forget about it."
Yep.
This is what you want, because now if you take another 2 minutes off the clock, forcing them to score, that's what you want.
Yep, absolutely.
Tyler Rubel under center. It's a snap, going to pitch it out to Lindermoot. Lindermoot net wrapped up. That's going to be, once again, Jaden Dennis. Nice to be calling his name again after a couple of weeks off with that hand.
Absolutely.
But if you see, Jessing's earning more time. He's out there at linebacker now. Second down, 7 to go. Going to roll to pass, throws it into the end zone, incomplete. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Let's take a look at the replay on this and see if we have it. Was that broken up by Kepler, or was it just an incomplete pass? I think Kepler deflected it.
Yeah, just got enough there. Yep. Had him beat there for a second. Good recovery by Kepler, and able to break that up.
Brings up third down, 7 to go, 8:37 to go in the ball game. Bryan leading Delta 42 to 14.
And given the score, this is you're playing 2 downs here.
Exactly.
You're playing 2 downs to get 7 yards.
Tyler Rupel back in at quarterback. Turned, hands it to the second man through. That's going to be to his brother. His brother, Justin's going to be enough for a first down inside the 5 to about the 4.
Number 8, Justin Rupel.
Bryan, number 27, Jaden Dennis.
Dennis again on another stop for the Golden Bears. Going to bring up first down, goal to go from the 5. 8:26 to go in the ball game. Bryan leading Delta 42-14 on your main stop in the Northwest Ohio scoreboard.
I tell you what, the Bears got some nice penetration there. And that's a slow developing play, so if they can get some penetration on that, some I'm gonna say some even better penetration in the backfield, then they can sniff that one out.
Now going to a good old-fashioned T formation. Turn, handed up the middle, going to give it to Lindermoot. He's going to be met and stood up, gain of about 2 on the play. Looking at our Welling Construction scoreboard, you can see the nice play by Schaefer and the rest of the Golden Bears to wrap that one up. video replays tonight are sponsored by Welling Construction, third-generation family-owned general contractor. We specialize and pride ourselves in building quality custom homes, major renovation products, and commercial work. Your vision, our expertise. Contact us at 419-636-3712. They're bringing the slot back in motion. Going to hand it up the middle and wrapped up and stopped short. I thought Leonard Moot was going to.
I thought he was too, and he hit a wall there. That was a nice tackle.
Langendorfer with a big hit at the goal line.
Hanging tough there and stonewalling him there at the half-yard line.
Closer to the goal line without being in.
Oh, literally at the 1 foot line.
But Bryan doing what they want to do. They've taken a minute and a half off the clock.
Exactly.
Just by that tackle by Kepler chasing him down.
Yep.
Rugby scrum. And now they're going to put it in. Touchdown for Justin Ruppel on the 1 inch touchdown run. Going to make the score 42-20, 7:09 to go.
Hate to say it, but if you couldn't get an inch there, you just got to fall forward.
Exactly. And in today's football, where you're allowed to wedge and push.
It's really tough to keep teams out of the end zone at that point.
I know it's one of the things that I was reading on, I think, ESPN, that one of the rules that they really looked at this year in the NFL was, what do you do about that play? And they're doing nothing. They're still going to let it happen. The kick is up, and it's good.
Yeah, because wasn't it? I think it was the Eagles, wasn't it? That they would literally just line up and no one could stop them.
Offensive linemen behind a big quarterback.
Yeah. And you can't stop it.
You can't stop it. So we're going to take a break here for our sponsors. We'll be right back on the Golden Bear Sports Network. Your score here, Bryan 42, Delta 21.
Let's play together. Bryan, Ohio will have a new inclusive playground on the site of the former Lincoln Elementary School. An inclusive playground is a place for children and families of all physical, mental, and social abilities to learn, play, and grow together. We are currently raising funds with the goal of starting construction this fall. The Lincoln Park Inclusive Playground Project is an initiative of Bryan Parks and Recreation using a project fund at the Bryan Area Foundation. To learn more or make a donation, visit BryanAreaFoundation.org.
Proud to be a part of the Blizzard auction crew that raised a bunch of money to help support that playground here in Bryan last year. Huge shout out to our partner on the other stage tonight, Andy Briggle, and all the work he's done with the Blizzard auction. They're definitely looking like they're lining up to try something here. Bryant's, they're definitely going on sides.
Like we were saying during the break, I think a good time to practice it, if anything, if nothing else, you know, and just showing your guys, if you're Coach Ruppel, to yep, we're still fighting, we're still going for it.
Rolled, fallen on. I've said falled on twice tonight. I'm not sure what's going on. My West Virginia's coming out. Jacob Durant. That's 2 weeks in a row he's recovered an onside kick now.
That's not always easy. I mean, he also plays baseball. So we'll see him in the spring playing baseball, but that's a good job to smother that, keep it from bouncing around, and then just fall on it.
Yeah, play that ball almost like a catcher would. Yep. Frame a pitch. Just get down, keep it in front of you.
Exactly.
Make the bucket, make the ball go in.
Because once that ball starts bouncing, it takes that one funky hop, and then you don't know what it's doing.
As we saw week 1. Golden Bears come out, 2 to the short side of the field, 1 to the wide side. On in motion. They give it to him around the right side. He's got a little bit of space, turns it up inside, cuts it back, breaks the tackle, ball's on the ground, recovered by Delta. The ball was carried kind of loose here on the Welling Construction scoreboard. Good run, nice cut up field, stops to cut it back.
And that's a heads up play there by, was it 64?
That was Griezmann, I believe.
Griesinger, yeah. Just
a 6'1", 275
he just kind of trailed the play a little bit, just kind of stuck his hand out there and just caught it. Because actually, if Hahn gets around there, that might have been
could have been gone the other way.
Out the gate the other way.
That was the big play. Tyler Ruppel coming back out at quarterback. The younger brother. 2 in the backfield. You got a wing back left, now bringing him in motion. Want to fake it to him, back to pass, throws it downfield. Ball's going to be complete to Lindermoot for about 7, 8. Taking a look at the Welling Construction replay. Duran
just about got tackled.
Thought he got him.
Just about got tackled in the backfield too.
Kind of looked a little bit like a Lisa block in the back.
Something. I mean, right in front of the referee, but apparently didn't see it.
Going to make it 2nd down, 3 to go. Ball just inside Bryan territory. Hands off to his brother, who's going to try to get to the right. He's going to get wrapped up and stopped. No gain on the play. Well read by the Golden Bear defense. Justin Ruppel's been the bell cow for them tonight.
Yes, he has. Yes, he has. No, he's played well. He's played well.
Another tackle by Gavin Jesse. Going to bring up 3rd down, 3 to go. Ball at the 49. Clock running inside, 6 minutes to go in the ball game. Ruppel under center. He's got wing backs both sides. Sends his brother in motion. Hands it up the middle of Lindermoot. He's going to power forward close to a 1st down. They're going to give him enough for the 1st down. 1st down Delta. The ball is going to be marked at the 46.
Yeah, and I tell you, I'm a little surprised. I know it's a 3-score ball game, but you just had a turnover, and I just feel like we're not seeing a lot of urgency out of the Delta offense. When you feel like, okay, you got the sudden change, you got the turnover, you might move a little quicker.
Well, and sudden change near midfield. Yep. Almost every team I know is going to take a shot.
Yep.
A shot.
Unless you don't feel like you can take the shot, and then, but still moving a little quicker.
Fake the pitch. He's going to roll to his right. Throws. Got a man downfield. Going to be caught. Drugged down at the 20. That's going to be another catch for Richard Flores. You know, it's the first game he's played at quarterback this year for Tyler Ruppel.
Yep.
He gives them an extra wrinkle.
He does. He does. And they've used it effectively tonight. Him and his brother.
Ball down, or clock down, the main stop scoreboard down to 5 minutes to go. Justin in motion. Tyler goes to throw. Complete again. Going to be complete inside the 10 to about the 6 or 7 yard line. Carl Warner makes the catch.
And that's right now they're running a couple good routes because what they're doing, they're putting Langendorfer in a really conflicting situation. They're running a guy up over top of him. We don't have help over top. And they're running someone underneath, and it's, hey, pick your poison.
1st down and goal. 4:45 to go in the ball game. Going to be a fake the handoff. Going to be a sweep around the outside. Trying to get to the corner is that Warner again? Warner, number 9.
Yeah, that's a good play there by Aiden Schellenberger.
Aiden Schellenberger made a really good play.
Yeah, keeping him from getting the corner there, because if he gets the corner, he might be getting in the end zone there.
Ball's going to be at the 6 yard line. 2nd down and goal. But again, you look at the way this Delta offense runs with plays coming in from the sideline, and not even the old-fashioned way of shuttle guards. This is a quarterback running all the way over.
Every single time.
So getting to the line with 13 seconds to go. Going to fake, going to throw it out into the end zone. Nice defensive put. They're going to call a penalty. It looks like they're going to call the penalty in the end zone. Going to be pass interference.
I'm sorry. If we see the replay there, that's.
If you look on the Welling Construction.
Is he early? That's just great defense.
That looked like good defense to me.
I'm sorry. You can't teach it any better. He plays right. He doesn't make contact early. He plays the ball. You can't teach it any better.
So it's going to be 1st down, automatic 1st down on the play. You know, there's one of the.
And are they also saying that foul occurred in the end zone? Does that go to the?
But it's not
go to the
in
1?
High school.
Oh, it doesn't.
It's half the distance to the goal.
That's right.
And it's not an automatic 1st down. It's down over half the distance to the goal. No,
it is on first down.
But we ran into this a couple years ago when I was broadcasting on another network, and I asked an official friend of mine, and I said, "So what's to stop a defender from just ripping down a receiver in the end zone every play?"
Right.
And he said, "Absolutely nothing." But I don't want to say that as an official.
Yeah, because it just continues to be half the distance, half the distance.
If you think you're going to get beat, Justin Ruppel on the carry that time.
And I will say that that's one thing, not to derail into the NFL, but I think they got it right in terms of the pass interference call. It's spot foul. because then it prevents, even if you're getting beat up over the top, I'll just drag you down. I'll take 15 yards versus 40.
15's better than a touchdown.
Absolutely.
Second down, goal. Clock running inside 3.5 to go. T formation. One-man motion this way, and we got a flag, and it's going to be a timeout. Bryan wants to talk about this one, I believe. It'll be timeout, Bryan. We'll take a timeout with him. 3:16 to go in the ball game on your main stop scoreboard. You're Bryan, Golden Bears 42, Delta 21 on the Golden Bears Sports Network.
Let's play together. Bryan, Ohio will have a new inclusive playground on the site of the former Lincoln Elementary School. An inclusive playground is a place for children and families of all physical, mental, and social abilities to learn, play, and grow together. We are currently raising funds with the goal of starting construction this fall. The Lincoln Park Inclusive Playground Project is an initiative of Bryan Parks and Recreation using a project fund at the Bryan Area Foundation. To learn more or make a donation, visit BryanAreaFoundation.org.
And to enjoy food, games, and raffles.
Looking back here to Golden Bear Stadium, where your Bryan Golden Bears are leading this with 42 to 21. Second down, goal to go, ball at the 3-yard line for Delta. 3:16 to go. Your main stop scoreboard open when you need them. You're always near a main stop. Don't forget Thirsty Thursday, every Thursday. In the backfield, wing back to the right. Going to roll out to the right. Throws into the corner of the end zone. Knocked away, incomplete. Good play that time by Schellenberger.
Yes, it was. I was waiting for the laundry to come out on the field.
Because he didn't turn his head back to the ball.
And that's, I think, as far as I'm aware, no longer in high school a foul for face guarding. At least I know it is in college. It's not in college in the NFL.
If you can tell, we just showed it on screen, but if we look up now, it's
raining.
There's a little mist coming down.
Yeah, a little mist coming down.
I'm not sure we'd have seen that a couple of years ago, but with the new LED lights, it becomes really plain to us. Third down, goal to go. Ball on the 3-yard line. 3:09 to go. Bryan leading this one 42-21. Rupel sends a man in motion, and going to be Lindermoot in for the touchdown. Touchdown Delta. Going to make it 42-27. You know, you'd like to think this one's out of reach. 14 points up with 3 minutes to go.
You'd like to think so.
But it is a nice reminder that I think tomorrow in film, there's going to be comments made about protecting the ball when you have a lead.
Yep, 100%. And keeping your foot on the gas pedal, right? We came out really strong third quarter. And then we got here and we got up 42-14, and then it's up, squeeze back a little bit. And yes, you don't want to run up the score. You don't want to run up the score, but you still have to keep the same energy level.
You want to finish the game.
You want to finish strong.
And one of the things that you run into, and I was thinking about it during the last commercial, was you can't blame Juhan for wanting to make a big play. That nice cutback was wanting to make a big play. But as much as fans don't like to think about it, for coaches, there are times to make big plays, and there are times to stay safe.
Yep.
And in that one, I think that Coach Redhead would much rather have him taken a 6-yard gain and gone down than trying to score a touchdown and having the ball come loose.
Correct. Yep. And those are things that just come, obviously, continued experience and things like that. You learn from them in film. You learn from it. You move on. And credit to the Delta kid too. He made a nice play.
275-pound nose guard 7 yards downfield.
Yep.
To strip a ball out. Here comes the onside attempt again. This one a little bit harder. Bounce around, goes out of bounds. But it should be Bryan ball. Looks like Gavin Jessing's coming up a little bit hobbly on the sideline after that one. So it should be Bryan football, I believe, where the ball went out of bounds, right?
It should be.
So the ball's going to be at the 46 for the Golden Bears. This is time for the 4-minute offense.
Absolutely.
You know, the goal for this drive is to be the last drive of the game.
Yep.
Kepler's going to keep it. One of the few times he has tonight, spins out of a tackle inside the 40, trucking over a guy, out of bounds at the 35, enough for a first down. That was a heck of a play by Kepler.
Yeah,
we
was
look
that?
at the Welling construction right here.
I'll tell you what, if you're a player, you love him running into guys like that. As a coach and maybe a fan, you're like, this late in the game, you might be like, maybe scoot out of bounds on that one. But a great tough run in, and I love that. I mean, I love that out of Kepler. He's a tough-nosed kid. Both him and Sam, obviously, just run really hard out of the backfield.
Clock running inside, 2.5 now, 10 seconds to go on the play clock. Bryan in no hurry as the rain comes down here at Golden Bear Stadium. Going to turn, put it into Sam's hand. He bounces off a tackle, gets to the outside, out over the 30, turns it upfield, 25-20, 15-10, 5, touchdown Golden Bears. 2-yard gain, I thought, 5-yard gain, I thought, touchdown it is.
Just another, I can't say it enough, just another tough run out of Sam Harold there.
You watch this on the Welling Construction scoreboard right here. He's wrapped up, bounces outside. I think he's got a guy right there that's got him, dances away from him. Then you think a guy's got an angle on him but doesn't have enough strength to push him out of bounds.
Yep.
Heck of a run by Sammy Harold.
And just yak yards after contact.
This time the kick is up, and it is good. Big response by the Golden Bears. Short drive, short field, quick drive. Another touchdown. Bryan, 49 now, Delta 28. We were thinking at halftime, we weren't sure if we were going to hit the average scores. Bryan's bumping the offensive average up a little bit.
Yep.
And you know, my conversation about this would be really nice if this was the last drive of the game. Well,
we'll take it.
We'll take it. We'll take the score. Let's take another minute to thank our sponsors as we're waiting for this kickoff. Our scoreboard sponsored by Main Stops of Northwest Ohio. Our replays by Welling Construction. The Red Zone by Stockman Lawn Service. A huge thanks to our partners at WBNO and WQCT for Jim Thunderberg having me on the air on Fridays for our radio broadcast here tonight, all the great work that they do. To Andres O'Neill and Lowe, Bryan Athletic Boosters, Bryan Parks and Rec, the Daniel Van Atta Agency, Facklin Monument, Jason Deach Automotive Services, Newcomer, Schaefer, Spangler, and Brenninger, Northwest State Community College, Oberlin Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory, Starks Plumbing and Heating, Veteran Services of Williams County, the Williams County Fair, Oberlin Turnbull for sponsoring our pregame show, Carlin Company for our keys to the game, lineup sponsored by Yoder Mechanical and Custom Fabrication, the kickoffs sponsored by Bryan Ford Lincoln, and the game official sponsored by Tri-State Vision. Golden Bears tee it up on the 40. Maybe this will be the last drive of the game. End over end kick, going to come down, taken at the 18 by Warner. Warner out over the 30 to about the 36-yard line where he's going to be swarmed under. You know, it's nice to hear. 2 minutes to go in the ball game. Rainer Clemens, who's been playing offensive and defensive line all night, comes down and makes the tackle on special teams.
Yep, absolutely. Just speaks to his toughness, hard work. I mean, he's been all over the field all night long.
Well, and for the entire Bryan team, a lot of kids going both ways and playing a lot of special teams.
Yep.
Which was the change after the first week the coach made after the 2 return kickoffs and the muffed kick. Is you put guys out there that you put some experience out there because you have to have them out.
Absolutely.
Going to be a timeout on the play. It looked like, I'm not sure, that the linesman had his flag out to throw. Coach Ruppel called a timeout, so we'll take a timeout with them with 2:10 to go in the ball game on your Main Stop scoreboard. Your Golden Bears 49, Delta 28.
Why do so many people travel to Jason East Automotive Services in Edgerton when they want their vehicles repaired? Because Dave Brown and Sam Bailey have over 60 years of experience fixing the problems that other mechanics couldn't. They work on all makes and models, and they specialize on imports. Recently, they have expanded their service area by almost 50%, and they've hired Eston Knerk to their staff. So if you have a vehicle, foreign or domestic, that you want fixed right the first time, take it to Jason Dietz Automotive Services on the east side of Edgerton.
Welcome back here to Golden Bear Stadium, where it looks like Coach Ripple's going to bring in another quarterback, number 26, coming into the ball game. Be Jason Wilson, a 5'7" freshman.
On the carry for Delta number 22.
Yeah, been with the last 2 minutes here.
You got the freshman Vincent Martinez on the carry.
Yeah, it looks like both teams got their twos in at this point. Get some guys some experience here in the last couple minutes.
It's one of the things that I learned years ago doing some basketball at Defiance, and at one time, it's the year the Defiance won the state. They were ahead by about 15, and at the end of the game, the opposing coach was a little upset. Maybe a pitch over to the right-hand side once again to Martinez. He's not going to go very far, about 2 yards on the play. Going to be brought down by Cody Schaefer. But one of the things that the other coach was upset about was Defiance didn't take out their starters. And during the handshake line, I heard the exchange. And Coach Lehman went, "It's your job to survive. You bring your subs in, I'll bring mine in." And so that's what we've seen here tonight. Coach Ruppel's flown the flag.
Yep.
Coach Redhead brought his guys in.
Yep.
And responded to that. Be a handoff this time, going to be up the middle to number 32 on the carry. Cade Lindermoot. Oh, we got another Lindermoot coming. Cade Lindermoot, a 6 foot, 150-pound freshman. Nice little run, playing his brother's position. It's kind of the brothers game.
Yeah, right.
For Delta
Ruppels, Lindermoots.
Clock inside 45 seconds now. Be a handoff, going to pitch it out to the outside. Looks like it's going to be Martinez again. We got a flag late.
Yeah, I think that's going to be against Bryan. Kind of threw him down at the end of the play. Just can't. No, you're excited to be out there. Just can't do that.
Haven't heard the microphone for the ref tonight. Are they going to mark it off? I mean, there's a little bit of uncertainty going on here, which...
And did the ref ever signal what it was for, or?
Now they're going to mark it off.
They're going to mark it off, but they never really signaled anything?
I didn't see anything.
I saw
because
a flag.
I saw Coach Redhead was about a half a yard out, about 5 yards out on the field wanting an explanation. Didn't get one and really didn't get a good signal from the ref. It's going to be a personal foul.
I mean,
first down, 10 to go.
I kind of caught it out of the corner of my eye. It's 9 threw a guy down. Oh, they're throwing downfield
34
here.
seconds to go. Nice pass in and out of the hands of the receiver. That's a really nice pass.
Might have been the best throw they've had all day. Downfield throw. Hit him right in the hands, though, and unfortunately unable to come up with it.
A left-handed Kenny Pickett wearing 2 gloves out there throwing the ball, but he spun it, didn't he?
Yes, he did.
49-28. Now they're having problems resetting the ball. The ball's at the 37.
They gave him a
second and 10 on an incomplete pass, but they marked it at the 36. They gave him a yard on an incomplete pass. Again, pass out of the backfield. This one's going to be caught. Martinez again, drugged down at the 30.
I guess they gave him an extra yard with like 30 seconds to go.
Carlin, yeah, I mean, I'm like, okay, first and 10 from the 37, you throw an incomplete pass, you get a second and 9 from the 36. But I believe that's going to be it unless somebody calls a timeout. 2, 1, and that's the ball game. Your Bryan Golden Bears moved to 3-1 on the season. 49-28 win over Delta, the first win on the new turf. Good ball game, partner.
Absolutely.
Let's send it away from a word from our sponsors. We'll come right back here to wrap things up and start looking towards next week. Your Golden Bears win on the Golden Bears Sports Network.
Why do so many people travel to Jason East Automotive Services in Edgerton when they want their vehicles repaired? Because Dave Brown and Sam Bailey have over 60 years of experience fixing the problems that other mechanics couldn't. They work on all makes and models, and they specialize on imports. Recently, they have expanded their service area by almost 50%, and they've hired Eston Knerk to their staff. So if you have a vehicle, foreign or domestic, that you want fixed right the first time, take it to Jason Dietz Automotive Services on the east side of Edgerton.
Let's play together. Bryan, Ohio will have a new inclusive playground on the site of the former Lincoln Elementary School. An inclusive playground is a place for children and families of all physical, mental, and social abilities to learn, play, and grow together. We are currently raising funds with the goal of starting construction this fall. The Lincoln Park Inclusive Playground Project is an initiative of Bryan Parks and Recreation using a project fund at the Bryan Area Foundation. To learn more or make a donation, visit BryanAreaFoundation.org.
Welcome back here to Golden Bear Stadium, where your Golden Bears win tonight 49-28 after a 14-14 first half. Bryan came out and flexed in the third quarter, partner.
Yes, they did, and they did exactly what we talked about at halftime. Go down, and I've said it multiple times throughout here the second half. You go out, you come out, you score, get a 3 and out, score again, and then the game just opened up from there because you started playing on your terms, not Delta's terms, and that was the story of the second half. You played much better defense. You had a couple of lulls there, mid to late fourth quarter, but you played much better defense. You read your keys, and you come away with a good victory here, 49-28.
One of the things that we don't like to talk about in today's world, because it's seen by many as being a little archaic. The game of football is truly a battle of will.
It is.
I want to impose my will on the opposing team to make them play my game on my turf.
Yep.
It is a physical game of chess, and it was a very even game of chess in the first half.
Yep. Yeah, because we talked about it. Delta executed game plan to perfection in the first half, and then tail of the second half, Bryan flipped the script. You play on our terms. You dictate the flow of the game. That's the team oftentimes that wins, barring mistakes, things like that. But you dictate the pace of the game. More often than not, you're going to win.
And one of the things that we like to see, we kind of talked about it, when we were in commercial breaks up here in the press box, is I would love to see that energy come out of the tunnel in the first half, not come out of the tunnel in the second half. One of the things that's been consistent all year has been the Golden Bears second half play. But I think that Coach Redhead and the rest of the staff would love to see that energy from the opening kick.
Absolutely, and you're going to need it the next 2 weeks, right? You can't fall in a hole against Liberty, PH. You do that, you're going to be looking at 21-0, 21-7, 28-7, because that's the thing. Looking ahead a little bit to next week, your offense is going to score, but they're also going to get stops. The defenses are going to get stops. You're not going to put up, if you put up 49 on Liberty, PH. I'd maybe be a little bit surprised by that. We get to 28-35. I like our chances. It's going to come down to
if we
defense.
If we put up 28-35 on the road at center or at PH, we're going to be in the ballgame.
Yep.
What we don't want to do is get behind 21-0, like you said.
Correct.
Speaking of those other scores, let's take a final look at the out-of-town scoreboard. We'll take our last break. We'll come back and wrap things up. In the fourth quarter, Paulding leading Ayersville 17-14. Pleasant over Highland 27-17. Kenton 32, Bath 27. Napoleon looks like they're going to go to 0-4, trailing to Anthony Wayne 28-14. What a game down at Fred J. Brown Stadium in Defiance. Van Wert 43, Defiance 42 in a battle of heavyweights this year in the WBL. Pillier all over Cardinal Stretch 33-6. Eden 52, Sand Creek 24. Gabriel Richard 31, Huron 31. St. Mary Central Catholic 60, Stryker 30. That game at halftime. We thought we had a track meet last week. Liberty Center all over Archibald 42-14 the final.
And that was that a 14-7 game at one point?
That was a 14-7 game at one point. I'm not surprised that Center won.
Yeah.
I'm kind of surprised they won by 28.
Absolutely.
Patrick Henry all over Evergreen. That final was 38-0. Wauseon 48, Swanton 13. Wayne Trace 42, Edgerton 6. North Central 51, Hilltop 0. Holgate over Danbury 58-12. Tenora beats Fairview 42-14. Antwerp continues their winning ways over Hicksville 39-6, and Lakeside beats Orange 36-7. Let's take our last time out. We'll come back, wrap things up, and look towards next week on the Golden Bear Sports Network.
Here at the Williams County Veteran Service Office, our mission is plain and simple. We are here to serve our local Williams County veterans and their dependents. We are staffed with trained service officers who have the compassion and understanding to assist their fellow veterans in obtaining all federal and state benefits that they have earned. Additionally, we provide emergency financial assistance and transportation to VA medical centers. So if you're a veteran or a dependent of a veteran, stop in today and see how we can help you at the Williams County Veteran Service Office.
At Oberlin Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory, we understand that family is at the heart of everything we do.
Being family-owned and family-focused is not just a slogan for us, it's a way of life. We walk alongside you during life's most challenging moments, providing a guiding hand and a shoulder to lean on.
With heartfelt care and attention to detail, we tailor each service to honor the life and the memories of your loved one. We treat you like family because your journey is our journey.
Oberlin Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory. Family-owned, family-focused.
A senior night win here at Bryan for your Golden Bears as they flex their muscles in the second half, run away with this one, what was a 14-14 game at halftime, to win this one 49-28. Good second half, good game. Looks like we came out of it pretty much unscathed injury-wise, and we're going to need that as we go on the road the next 2 weeks to. The schedule just doesn't get any easier.
It does
you
not.
look on the road next week to PH, followed up by a trip to Liberty Center. We're going to find out next couple weeks just how deep this team can go.
Yep, no, absolutely. And I think it's going to come down to, again, I really think the offense, when I say is going to get theirs, you know, with Kepler and Harold. Harold's one of the strongest runners, one of the strongest backs, I think, in the area. You know, with the type of season he's having, he might, you know, we might be looking at an all-state type guy, right? He's having a heck of a year, and so I think our offense, you know, is gonna, like I said, it's gonna get theirs. It's gonna come down to defense, and I think the second half was something to build off of if you're the Bryan defense. Like, yep, we're starting to get some confidence. We're playing much better up front, letting our linebackers play, and I think that's something to really build off of for, you know, for tonight, heading into next week or the next 2 weeks, where, like I said, we're really going to find out what this Bryan team's made of.
It's going to be, you know, next week. It sounds weird to talk about, and 2023 in football. This is one of the few games next week on grass.
Yep.
For the Golden Bears this year. I think one of the last couple of stadiums in the area that have natural grass is at PH. So, again, big win here tonight, 49-28 for Bryan. A huge thanks goes out to our director, Krista Bruner, on camera, John Tripodi and Florence Jones, Nathan Keel, Teresa Kuzma. The athletic department here at Bryan is top-notch.
Second to none.
Rick Armentrout at WQCT on the board. At WOSN, Nick Fraley. Golden Bear Photography, Matt Neff and Stephanie Ponzak. Our executive producer and my partner next week, Chris Malenga. Tonight's broadcast will be on bryansports.com or on WOSN Saturday at 4 o'clock. WOSN can be found on Spectrum Channel 19 over the air, Channel 26.1. Next Friday night, we travel to Patrick Henry to face the Patriots. Pre-game with myself and Chris Malenga will begin right around 6:40. This broadcast is produced by the Golden Bear Sports Network for the private use of our audience. Any duplication or other use of this broadcast, including descriptions or accounts of the game, without the express written consent of the Bryan School District is prohibited. One final time for all of us here at the Golden Bear Sports Network. For Derek Hug, I'm Dave Brobston. Again, your Golden Bears move to 3-1 with a 49-28 win. Have a great night. Have a great weekend. Stay safe, everybody. We'll see you next week.